575.
The sexiest podcast on the network.
And you know what
What's
else,
that, Brian?
Tony? We didn't realize that, was it actually 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Today, 2 weeks ago, it was our 11-year anniversary of our first episode.
How inconsequential numbers are to us. We just do it. It's for love of the game.
Right.
Please check out our Patreon.
The other day I was thinking about it, and I was like, we got to be getting close, because I remember we posted the first episode in August.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then I looked and I was like, yeah, it was August 2nd of 2011 was our first episode.
God, that's so long ago. Isn't that
I know.
crazy?
Yep. So we've now eclipsed 11 years of podcasting.
I like to call it 11 years of thunder. Just
yeah.
Pure, Asgardian thunder.
Yep. I agree. The thunder from down under.
That's what I'm going to...
Probably not.
There we go. So I'm going to start calling my underpants Asgardian thunder.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now we'll just stick a separate tag.
You can't do that. Yeah, I was going to say, you got to, how are you going to get that endorsement deal if you don't use the brand name, though?
Brian, why is your image all the way up there? What happened?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I'm not paying attention for 1 second. Your dude's up on the ceiling.
Yeah, that happens.
Let me lock that stuff.
I can't be contained, Tony.
Things for a foot. And see, now it's bugging me because you're slightly off center too. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! Editing on the fly, everybody. I hate this. No, not you.
Right.
Your frame.
Oh.
Praise Jesus, that's over.
What about pray to Jesus?
I miss that guy. Oh, look at that. Cheeto says happy 11 years. He's been hanging out for 9 or 10.
Right.
And then, Jesus,
yeah.
Brian. Exactly.
Yeah.
Cheeto gets it. Man of the people.
Yeah. Yep. Why does this keep... This is weird. I clicked on the episode, and for some reason on my stupid browser, it just keeps showing the incoming transmission. There we go. Now it's working.
It hates you.
Yeah, accurate.
Yeah. I need to get like a toolkit up here. My little microphone thing's a little loosey-goosey.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, the mic's just too dong heavy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Hanging Dong, that's one of our episodes.
Hanging Dong. There's a brewery out of Sandusky, Clag, which I've been to the restaurant that formed the brewery, and the restaurant's terrific.
Okay.
But they just came out with an IPA. It's called 3 Million Dong, because the guy who owns the place is Vietnamese.
Oh, wow.
It's the 3 Million Dong IPA, because I guess dong is their money in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
You know?
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. So you literally pay people in dong?
Yeah. How great is that?
That's yeah.
Yeah, they've got some terrific beers that I've never tried, because they had one that just had cartoon Chris Farley on it, and it was fat beer in a little can.
Nice.
And I'm like, man, I need some of these in my life.
So what
I haven't made the road trip yet.
So what you're telling me is you can't wait to get 3 million dong in your face?
Fuck yeah, buddy! It's gonna be a dong party.
It's gonna be like that gif of the girl with all the hot dogs.
Yes, exactly. But tall boys of beers.
Sure.
That would be some damage.
Yeah, it would. We'd for sure have to make sure they're empty. Otherwise, you're right. That would
23 pint cans coming at your face.
Yeah, that would be pretty wicked.
Yeah, wicked. Fucking wicked, dude.
I don't think that's a good move for you there.
I don't know. He said throw 3 million dongs in my face.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that math is.
Yeah, that's a lot of dong. That's all I know.
Mm-hmm. They should really have that on a shirt, by the way. That's a lot of dong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Right.
A quick Clag. I'm going to totally steal a Taste Buds thing. If you're listening, and we know you are.
Right.
Oh, shit. You know what's crazy? is when I came up here, it was a little warm, but
Yeah.
it wasn't unpleasant.
Mm.
It's did raise 6 degrees since I've turned on all my electronicals.
Well, yeah, that'll make sense.
No wonder when you watch a movie and they're like in mission control, they're just sweating. It's not they're under stress. It's all the computers.
Yeah, probably.
And the screens.
Yep. And the fondue pots next to their legs.
Well, I mean, who doesn't like foot fondue, right?
Oh, delicious. It's no foot relish.
No foot relish. Just kind of, I mean, I kind of feel like if you got a big enough fondue pot, you just threw like some water in there and you just dipped your toes in it, it'd probably feel all right.
Yeah, but then you're not going to want to eat out of the fondue pot.
You also don't tell people about it. You get home and be like, oh, honey, I'm using your fondue pot. I'd be like, you enjoy.
No, they come home and the fondue pot is on the kitchen table,
Yeah, just
and they're like,
cheese.
oh, you made fondue?
Like, I don't know why this cheese tastes a little skunkier than normal.
Yep. It's a different kind of cheese in there tonight.
Using that foot grater thing.
Well, because think about it, right? Like, if once you dip your toes in there, how long before you're like, maybe I'll just dip my bag in there?
I mean, you're not wrong. Gingerly.
Or more.
Gingerly.
Yeah. Well, of course, you don't want to.
No.
You don't want to, severely burn yourself.
No, exactly.
Might be be a nice fondue wax, Yikes. I was thinking about it though, because it was like, you remember, oh God, when we went to the melting pot that one time?
Yeah. Good times.
And I basically barbecued my leg because there's no warning that says, hey, the thing right next to your leg gets like scalding hot.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And I was like, oh, I just barely moved my leg. And I'm like, Jesus. You just smell bacon,
It's like the fucking cornballer from Arrested Development.
Yeah. I was like, this seems like a really bad idea.
What do you mean? It sounds amazing. No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized?
You want fondue?
Yeah, so much. That I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to be writing down timestamps. Do you think there's any sort of timer on this thing at all?
Yes.
Why would there be? Of course. Doesn't even make sense.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Oh, boy. Yep.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Well, I'll figure something out.
Yeah. Man, a couple days ago, I saw a thing that from the Food Town ad that said that they had was it sirloin steaks were $4.99 a pound, and I was like, that's pretty decent right now because they've been more than that recently, and we went up there to grab some, and of course they're gone,
of course,
but they did have I found a pack with some decent sized sirloins in it. And oh God, Cheeto just said death toe fondue.
Oh yeah. Is this black truffle?
Yeah. Is this blue cheese?
That's just a dead nail.
Yeah. Oh. So anyway, back to my steak. So I grabbed a pack of 3 moderately sized steaks for $10 or something like that. And there were, sirloins and whatever. So yesterday it's like, well, I'm going to fire these up. Had some corn on the cob, that we had, and, did some, couple baked potatoes.
Nice.
And I sauteed up some, red pepper from the, garden with some, some onion and, mushrooms and whatnot. And, had us
have yourself a time.
Yeah. The night before I threw down on some made some bourbon chicken, which was a lot of steps, but really good.
Fair enough. I mean,
there's 14 ingredients in it.
Now, did you have to wade through a storyline to get this recipe?
No, actually, I pulled it off of one of those recipe.com or
because this could be added to the recipe genie if so.
I mean, I can I think if I think of it, I can send you the link to it if anybody wants to make it.
Yeah, send me the link. I'll put my own little fun twist on the wording.
All right. a few weeks ago, I bought, or not a few weeks ago, a month or two ago, I bought. I was at Kroger in the ethnic aisle, and I saw that they had, bourbon chicken, like the sauce basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll just buy this, cook some chicken in it and it'll be delicious. And it was it was fine. But I was like, it's hard to find because, like the stuff in that aisle, they don't get a lot of it.
Right.
So when I went to get it again, they were out. And, I was at Meijer and I was like, well, Meijer's got a much more robust
Ethnic
foods aisle. Yeah, they don't even carry it. So I was like, okay.
Well,
and I was like,
the key is though, Brian, if you buy bourbon sauce from a grocery store,
there's no bourbon.
Exactly. You can't just sit there and have a bourbon while you're cooking.
Correct.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So it isn't, and this is not at all complicated. You cube up some chicken, toss it with a little salt, pepper, and cornstarch, and then cook that in a little bit of Earl. And while that's cooking, I just took all the other ingredients and threw them into a bowl, whisked it up, so it'd be ready to go.
Right.
Had a little sip of bourbon for myself, of course,
because you're the chef. You deserve it.
Well, like I said before, you got to test the product.
That too, right? Cheeto, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You got to make sure it's
You got to channel your old, like young, your young Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah. Yeah. One for you, two for me.
Do some heroin.
Yeah. Wait, no, probably don't want to do that.
But Coke, I'm falling asleep.
Sure. But I had a bottle of Makers that I've had for a while, and naturally just pour some of that in there, and so like I said, you just whisk up all that other stuff when the chicken is not all the way through, because you don't want to cook it all the way.
For sure.
Pull it off.
Yeah.
Dump the sauce in there. Yeah. Dump the sauce in there, let it thicken a little bit. Put the chicken back in there to finish, and then cook it down till it gets sticky, basically.
Sticky, icky.
Right. And and then I made some rice on the side, but I also threw some cauliflower and broccoli in with it.
I'm gonna let you know, Brian.
Yeah.
When you send me this recipe to put on Recipe Genie, it's gonna be called Sticky Icky Bourbon Chicky.
Oh boy, people are gonna think there's weed in it.
Whatever.
Yeah, fair enough. So anyway, yeah. So it's with the way my mom's energy level and stuff was for a while, I've kind of gotten back to where I'm cooking a decent bit more now, which is kind of nice.
Cooking's fun.
It is, but then I kind of miss it, but then I kind of don't. Yeah,
that's fair.
So it's interesting how. Whoops! Damn it!
You done did fucked up, Brian.
I done did it, Aaron.
I know what we're talking about.
I don't either. This is not the recipe I wanted, though.
This
is not the recipe I was looking for.
Not the recipe I was looking for.
Yep. Oh, it actually scrolled all the way to the bottom right away this time. Anyway, so yeah, but it was the only thing I didn't like about the recipe I used is it really does. Oh, you know what? I take that back. This one, it doesn't have like a bunch of story, but it's got a little bit to it. But there is also like delicious looking pictures.
Yeah, but
I know.
Did you
but
by
at least
chance take a picture of your chicken you made?
No, I forgot to. I meant to. And forgot. Yeah, I'll try to think of it going forward because of this. Yeah, because of the gimmick. But
it's always about the gimmick.
Yep. So, all right, there's the recipe.
Sweet.
Okay, cool. I found it.
Sweet, dude.
Anywho, so yeah, so like I said, threw down on that. Made a steak dinner last night. Made cheeseburgers tonight because I needed something quick, and plus we still have fresh from the plant outside, tomato and everything. So you gotta enjoy that while you have it.
Fruits of the earth or some shit.
Yeah, I was telling Jen on the Crazy Life when we recorded last time that it's funny because we only have like 4 or 5 like things out there.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of finding a little bit of, even though I'm only out there for 5 or 10 minutes, I'm finding a little bit of zen in it because, I'm not on my phone while I'm doing it. My phone's in my pocket. and I'm just watering the plants, picking off whatever is, ready, kind of a thing. So it's kind of, and then being able to just come in and enjoy, the green pepper, red pepper, tomatoes so far, really. We've had a few.
Next year you're going to have a bigger garden.
There's a good chance of it.
Big straw hat. You're going to be out there.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to be.
You ever see that episode of Bob's Burgers where he has his little plot in the community garden? That's basically going to be me.
No, but I can picture it.
I'm going to be talking to the green beans and.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I'd when I went to spray the raspberry bush yesterday, 3 wasps flew out of it, and I was like, "Oh boy!" I was like, "I done did it," But it was weird. They just kind of hovered. And then when I was done spraying the water, they just went right back to it.
Oh, interesting.
Almost like they were like, all right, cool. We'll back off for a minute. We understand. You got to feed the plant because the plant feeds us. We get it. Circle of life,
Yeah, exactly.
Then I shoved them off of a cliff and hyenas trampled them.
Hell yeah. Fuck them wasps.
Long live the king. So, but yeah, anyways, like I said, I'm kind of finding a bit of just a couple minutes of zen or centering. Plus, how it is, up where I live, it's fairly quiet, so there's not a ton of street noise or any shit like that. So it's peaceful,
right?
Yeah. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, be at peace, my child.
Especially now that it's not balls hot and humid as fuck out there.
Yeah, I mean, the weekend was so nice and cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it felt so good.
Yep.
Today was it got a little toasty today because, especially at my work, it's hot as fuck still.
Yeah. And you can't just rock your Patagonias there. So.
If only.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Great way to make sure you're left alone at work.
You would think. Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, you're right. Think about it. You're in, when you go to the gym, there's always, people don't care about your state of dress. They'll still, come up and talk to you. It's weird.
It's only a couple of people. I think they're mentally ill, to be fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It'd probably be the same thing at work, though.
For sure. And we're all mentally ill. We show up every day, so.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I just figured, it's one of those that, if you were in one of the stalls, doing some business, I just feel like somebody would come in and start talking to you.
Bro, you have no idea. Happens all the time. Usually it's not if you're already in there, but if you walk in with someone else.
Oh, right.
They're like, I'm just trying to take a leak, and they're just it's like, oh.
This is a bathroom. This is not where we talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you not get the man handbook? You don't talk to another man in there unless it's there's a good reason for it. You happen to bump into somebody or something,
Even then
you just say, get the fuck out of my way.
I'd rather just flashbang him and run.
Wow. Just bang him and run, huh?
That's right.
That's all I heard. There was a glitch, I think.
Naturally. The Skype again with the Skype.
Yeah. It's weird.
Crazy how that shit acts up.
Yeah. Thank you, Cheeto. Cheeto mentioned that all the food sounds killer.
Well, yeah, for sure.
It's funny because I'm not, I've told other people about making stuff, and they're like, "Oh, did you take a picture?" And I'm like, I'm just not. Occasionally I do, because there's been times where I've taken a picture and sent it to you.
Right.
And honestly, this goes to Cheeto too. I almost did with the steak dinner yesterday. I almost, took some pictures and sent it to you guys. I'm just, you know how it is.
The three of us have a circle jerk with food.
Well, I'm in a Twitter group that does the same thing, basically.
Well, come on, usually, Brian, get with the program.
Oh, how I am though. I'm so bad at self-promotion. I'm really not. For someone who tested as highly as I did on the narcissist scale, I really don't like myself or promoting myself.
I know. I tested all-time low, and I'm always taking pictures of food.
Yeah, I know. Right? That's what I said. Clearly, that test was bunk, or somebody swapped our papers. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But anyway, so yeah, it's
good clean fun, eh?
Yeah, the last few nights it's funny, we've been watching was it TNT, I think it is, has been showing various Star Wars movies, but they're not showing them in order.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, a few nights ago, my mom was watching what's the last of the new franchise? Is it Rise of Skywalker? I think it is.
The one I haven't watched still.
Okay. Yes, it was because it's the last one.
Yeah.
And anyway, so that one was on, and she's asking me a million questions because she hasn't seen the other two. Also she's like, wait, spoilers for anyone. Sorry, Tony, this is gonna ruin it.
God damn it.
Yeah, Palpatine's still alive, and
right.
or Darth Sidious, I should say, and she's like, how is he still alive? I thought Vader, and I was like, I know, and I was like, there's this whole thing, and I was like, it's a stupid, like, it's not good, but I don't know what, I even forget. It's like he clones himself and then uses the Force to basically back up his hard drive and then re-download it into the clone or
he
something.
saves himself on the cloud.
Yeah, it's not Cloud City though.
No,
but
no, I played the dope. I'd stay there.
So I'm trying to explain stuff to her, but also it's like with that one, it was a little easier, right? Because I'm not like, oh, I don't want to say this because it'll spoil the next movie or whatever. But then after that, like the next day, they showed Return of the Jedi, and she'd seen that one, but she still hadn't seen it in a long time, so she still had a couple questions. And then last night they showed Revenge of the Sith, and I'm like, why are they only showing the last one of each trilogy? Like, I guess they're just like, hey, you don't need to see the other two.
It'd be funny is like in the middle of their Star Wars marathon, they just threw in like the Wrath of Khan.
That would be really funny. Like, I don't remember these guys.
Wait a minute.
Which one of these says nub nub again? Oh,
the guy with the ears. That's Jar Jar, right?
Yep. And I pointed out to her, like, at the end of Jedi, when it shows Obi-Wan, Yoda, and then how they added Anakin in,
right?
To the newer ones. I told her, I said, yeah, that used to just be the other two, and then they decided they were going to put Anakin in there for whatever reason.
I want to say in the original, it was the actual actor that was in the suit at the end of the movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't remember because it's hard to find unless you own a copy of it, because like on Disney Plus, they only have the newest.
Yeah, they got all the redacted ones.
Yeah, so I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen that.
I used to. I wish I wouldn't have got rid of them. I used to have those on VHS.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're worth a shit ton of money now, but we sold them at a garage sale like a bunch of fucking losers.
Probably for like 50 cents, yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the guy that was like, go my son. And he just looked like a thumb that was left in the water way too long.
Well, that's what he was. Actually,
enough.
He was a thumb that had been left in the lava a little too long.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
Crispy. Yeah, so it was just, it's weird because she's like, why are they showing them out of order? She's like, people are going to have all these questions. And I'm like, well, in fairness, more people have probably seen Star Wars than haven't.
That's true.
That are in the viewing audience. Most of the people watching it are probably people who are watching it again.
And again. And again.
Yeah. So I told her, I was like, if you want to watch them in order, I said, I got Disney Plus. I'm like, I can set you up. You can,
we could do this.
Yeah.
Like, all right, first we got to start you off with the prequels, and then we're getting into the Clone Wars cartoon. Let's go.
Right. That's right. Yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this.
At some point, we're going to slide Rogue One into there.
I'm right. Yep. And we're going to throw in the Mandalorian.
All the chronological shit here.
Yeah. We're going to watch Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Book of Boba Fett. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep. So it was,
And then we got to start playing the video games. Just bear with me.
Right. Yeah, and then here's a giant stack of books you'll start with.
Exactly.
I'll bring you about 10 more stacks like this.
Yeah. This is all considered homework.
And here's the role-playing game, because they do reference some stuff in here occasionally. Yeah. That's what I was telling her when we were watching. I was like, I know the movie stuff fairly well. Not great, but fairly well. I was like, but some of the newer shows reference things that I no clue on, because like I said, yeah, they're from the books or they're from the role-playing game or whatever, and it's like I have no idea on this stuff. But
deep cuts.
Yeah, because she's like, I'm sorry if this is annoying. I was like, no, I get it, because you're missing giant chunks of information because you're watching the third of a trilogy. Like she hardly knows anything about Rey or why Luke is where he is in the third movie, or you know what I mean? Like those are answered in the first two.
Right.
So,
Rey just chilling.
Yeah. It's like all you need to know about Rey is she's just like, surprise, I'm a Jedi.
Yeah.
And that's basically all you need to know about Rey. Like whatever she picks up, she immediately is a master of it.
Yeah, it's
so
silly.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Luke, it took him like 3 fucking movies to master the
Force.
Force.
Run through a fucking swamp with a little monster on his back.
and fight Vader multiple times.
Fight Vader, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. She fights like nobody, but then when just random person's like, hey, some tart in a lake lofts a scimitar at her, and now she's a master.
Yeah. Exactly. Some watery Jedi throwing lightsabers.
Watery tart. Damn it. I couldn't remember what the other word was. Yeah.
That's basically that's an accurate representation of Rey.
Yeah. And, also trying to explain the character flip of Ben Kenobi / Kylo Ren, like it's, Leia and Han's son, but he was trained by Luke, but then, he got cranky and went to the dark side and,
threw a fit forever.
And then remembered, oh yeah, somebody needs a redemption arc in this movie. I guess it's me. And,
Yeah.
I mean, he paid his receipt though. I mean, you haven't seen it, so you wouldn't know, but sorry, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
I'm not spoiling it. It's not good.
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch it at some point eventually, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, you kind of have to, right?
I mean, as a Star Wars fan, and I am.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm putting my hand up. I'm a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had just no urge to finish that trilogy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's understandable.
It's like I was really excited for the first one, and then I watched it, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, there's some cool concepts in here.
Yeah.
So let's see about the second one. I was just like, that was a very poorly choreographed fight right there. That looked terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm good.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I think it would have been dope if they would have like pushed Leia's training as a Jedi to where like even as an older, like to where you're like, oh shit, she's been training all this time, because she trains and she does train, like Luke trains her,
right?
But but then to, like have her go up against like Sidious and drop him or something, be like, oh damn, we thought Luke was bringing it.
Because remember when she was floating in space and then she did some sort of like Kamehameha Leia missile.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, you see, especially rewatching him, you see where they, for sure hint at her being Force aware. Yeah. Like she can kind of sense Luke and different stuff in the universe and whatnot. So, and like I said, I know Luke trained her. I don't know if she trained under anybody else or if it was just Luke, but because I haven't read all the books and things. I mean, so
Han trained her the art of back blowing out.
Nice.
Hey.
He's
gonna go on a Kessel run.
Right. No, we're not doing this.
We could go for like 10 minutes, I'm sure.
Probably. Just pick a Star Wars reference and somehow make it sexual. Exactly. That's basically the whole thing. Yeah.
Was hoping he had a Wookiee, but he had an Ewok instead. Oh, but she still loved him.
Nub. I think it's Wub Nub, isn't it?
I don't even know.
God, as soon as I saw those on the screen, though, I was like, ugh. What's funny is when they're showing the Ewoks and there's like baby Ewoks, and my mom's like, how did they not make things of those? And I'm like, well, you got to remember, this is the early 80s.
Yeah.
They didn't, Disney wasn't behind it. So, if that movie was made now, oh my God.
Giant-eyed baby Ewoks.
All you'd have to do is think of the Star Trek episode, The Trouble with Tribbles. It would basically be that, but baby Ewoks at like the stores. Yes. Like, because there's so much Grogu stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's so much Grogu stuff.
Also, The Trouble with Tribbles is exactly what it looks like at the Wookiee gym.
That's why you got to wipe the equipment down.
It's true. It's I just meant Wookiee balls everywhere.
Oh, I thought you meant just like fur clumps everywhere.
That's how it looks in my house because of our fucking cat.
Yes, the cat.
Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been kind of fun, because I haven't watched I hadn't watched um anything from the original
Yeah.
trilogy in a long time, so it was, kind of fun to watch that. But also it's so weird because, when you watch back to back to back, right? Like you see one from the original group, then you see the prequels, you go from the practical effects, choppy AT-ATs walking, or the Tauntauns looking very still kind of what's his name? Yeah, not is it Harryhausen?
Yeah, Ray Harryhausen
Yeah,
or whatever, or is it
yeah,
Harry Harryhausen? I don't even know.
yeah, no. But it looking a little like that, where they're kind of not real
Yeah,
smooth with their
yeah,
action.
fucking sick
Then
ass
you
stop
watch,
motion.
then you watch one of the prequels, and everything is like too slick,
Yeah,
you know. And then, or even seeing Yoda back to back in those, because Yoda's a puppet and a very rudimentary puppet compared to how glossy and slick and flipping all around with his lightsaber he is in Revenge of the Sith,
right.
you know. And then seeing one of the newer ones and seeing how they kind of went back to the practical effects, but there's still a lot of CG in there, It's really weird almost watching them in a row because they don't blend seamlessly,
Yeah, fair enough.
because I mean, in fairness, there's what, 30 or 40 years of film
Yeah.
there. Well, I guess not really, because they don't really film it
Well,
anymore, but
but yeah, we all know what you're saying.
right.
Yeah, it's a long space of time because like you
Yeah.
were saying, like when the prequels came out, CGI was the thing, and boy was George Lucas beating his CGI dick.
Man, so much just watching everything in that BCG.
Yeah, and it's like it was a little much.
Yeah.
And then, but if you go to you watch The Mandalorian, I noticed that there's a ton of CG in that because they use that weird Unreal stage.
That's so
It is
cool
so
though. That
cool,
is
but it's
so,
done in a right way now. It's like
yeah.
the mix
If
of
for any
practical and
reason,
CG is what really sells it.
yeah. If anybody listening hasn't watched, I forgot the name of the special, but it's like the making of the Mandalorian or something
Yeah,
like
that
that.
Unreal
They show
stage
that.
is crazy.
Yeah, and they've been using it for like all the Star Wars shows now,
Yeah,
because I wouldn't
yeah,
you?
it's amazing.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, it's basically like a giant wraparound screen.
right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I gotta say one thing though. I've seen Revenge of the Sith, enough times, and but hearing Palpatine say "Execute Order 66" still kind of like gives me goosebumps every time,
Never
because
not
it's like
entertaining.
shit,
Watching
right?
some younglings
Or
get their shit kicked in.
I was just gonna say, or the one youngling when he's like, Master Anakin, there's too many of them. What should we do? Boom! And it's like, oh shit.
I'll tell you what you can do. You can die.
Yep.
Cue Doom
So
music.
yeah.
Actually, boy, you know when that fridge is cold outside when you crack a
Yeah.
beer and it just starts foaming. Yeah, go beer fridge, go. I saw actually a post today on the Toledo homebrewers subreddit that
Yeah.
I wish I would have thought of before I decorated my fridge. The guy was talking about how his beer fridge died, and he had it covered in stickers, and he was really sad because there's a lot of stickers on there he can't get anymore.
Sure.
So
Right.
what he's doing with his new beer fridge is all his stickers he's going to put on there, he's turning into magnets.
That's smart.
And I'm like, wow, I wish I would have thought of that because like my beer fridge is covered in stickers from Beer Fest from like 10 years ago. Those are a lot of stickers you'll never be able to get again.
Yep.
And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, that's really smart.
I might actually start doing that.
Either that, or every time you get a beer fridge, you just have to make sure you get the exact same model so you can just swap the door.
Oh my god, good luck finding these old models.
I know
yeah,
that's
shit.
yeah, exactly.
Or just keep nursing it back to health if it ever dies.
Yes, right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
just picture 40 years from now, you're still using that same beer
fridge.
Dude,
I mean, like Chuck's beer fridge in his garage is some old fridge that he like had somewhere, and he had to repaint it so it looks sick. But it's just it's an ancient like late 50s, early 60s fridge, and it's going strong.
Yeah, I'm just picturing that thing like belching out black fumes and whatever. Like
power.
In 40 years, the EPA is like going around like they're Judge Dredd basically, and you have to keep somehow filtering the smoke out of your garage so you don't get caught.
And I would do it too.
Yeah.
I would do it. God damn it.
Look, I understand the environment, but this beer's so cold.
It's so cold. Feel how cold this can is. Like, all right, we get it.
These stickers, man, these stickers are, they're antiques.
Yeah, I've got layers and layers on this.
Yeah.
This fridge is 2 inches thicker. It's more insulated due to all the stickers.
Yeah. I understand, sir, but we got to bring you in. Like, well, then I guess you've chosen death.
Cue to doom music.
Wow. Because I assume by then we'll have lightsabers.
I hope so.
Yeah, because you don't want to use a blaster because that's primitive.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's in my garage, so I'll probably be using like a garden hoe or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. At least they'll go out the way they want, eating a hoe.
Yeah. Speaking of, I guess, beer.
Just take his bottom part of his jaw, just clean off with one swing.
Yeah, put a new bottle opener with all the other EPA jaws.
Oh, man. You've got them just hanging in your garage. You grind them down, and that's what powers the fridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my. This took a turn.
Yeah, it did.
Anyway.
So Friday, I hung off my boy Mike, right?
Yeah.
We went and checked out Great Black Swamp Brewing's new tap room.
Oh, right.
And the last time I was there, I think T and I went. Like we were on some sort of Toledo brewery bus tour.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It used to be out in Perrysburg. And it was weird because it was just like some weird bar where they had like 6 or 7 craft beers from that place. And then the rest was just domestics. And of course, everyone's getting domestics.
Yeah, for sure. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, for sure, right? So Leah's therapist is out that way where it used to be. And the one day I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go have a beer at that brewery while I'm waiting. It was obviously before Leah was driving. And I go around the corner and it was just like, it's called like, Paddy McGrady's or some like stereotypical Irish name now. And I'm like, this is not what I was here for,
Yeah.
Anywho, fast forward. I thought they just closed down, but they opened up a tap room not too far from Ernest Brewworks. I know we're going weird and deep here.
Yeah.
But we met up there. Dude, the place is so nice. It looks like it used to be an old garage, maybe. It's got a couple overhead doors that open up into a big patio area. The bar inside is huge. They had 16 beers on tap.
Nice. Do they have a 40-year-old beer fridge?
No, but they did have a popcorn machine.
All right. Good enough.
No, it was really good though. The beers I had were delicious. The people there were nice. I did see a guy I used to work with, and that kind of made me sad because I would never really cared for him. But he did buy me a drink.
So fair enough. Whatever. At least it's that. Yeah.
It was one of those things I turned around and I was like, shit. And Mike, because Mike still works with him, but I turned around, I was like, is that? And Mike turns around, it's like, motherfucker. But yeah, it was a good time, man. And then we went and got some food at Doc Watson's, where I was looking at the beer menu there, and I was like, what? Former enthusiast guest Ryan Brown collaborated with a beer? Yeah. Beer hates astronauts? I had to order it. It was kind of high ABV, but I had to go. It was the only beer I had there.
Beer hates astronauts. I mean, what
Dude,
can you do?
It was a tasty IPA, though.
Yeah, I've seen him. I think they've done it, like, I don't know if it's a consistent, like, I don't know if it's one they make all the time or if it's, like, brought back. Because he's done different labels for the beer over the years. I've seen on his Instagram where he'll post them, and I'm always like, damn it, because I look and I'll be like, damn it, it's not around here. It's like, because he's in Chicago, and I think it's more from Chicago area.
Right. Try to pull it
so
up.
I was like, well, if we ever end up in Chicago, I'll look for it or something,
Safari can't find the server. Please tell me our internet's still. Are we about ready to get disconnected, Brian?
Probably, Son of a bitch.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're a comic book fan and you're a fan of Ryan Brown's, if you're not, you should check out stuff he's done, like Curse Words and God Hates Astronauts, and what's he working on now? It's called like 8 Billion Genies, I think it is, with Charles Soule, because they seem to be good pals and work together quite a bit. So I think that's what he's working on now. So yeah, go check out that enthusiast episode with him and check his workout too, because it's good. Everything I've read that he's done is good, like funny, and he's big on the onomatopoeia in his work. The sound effects, like where it just says balls when someone's getting kicked in the balls or whatever.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Balls.
Also, he's a funny follow when it comes convention time, because when people get commissions from him, he always does these really weird type commissions. Like, was it last year? I think he did. All his commissions were like Batman and Superman, but they were all weird. Like, some of them were like amalgamations of like Batman and Superman as one thing, like with both heads, or it's just really weird shit. But a lot of them were pretty funny.
There we go. I finally got my shit to work. And here's some of the can art, which is all pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like there's actually comic strips on some of the cans.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I would actually love to get one of these cans just to have it.
Yeah.
I admit.
Do they have characters from God Hates Astronauts, or are they just like for the beer can?
It looks like on maybe the box or the art for it has the characters, because it's got the cow, like cyber cow or whatever. Fuck it. It's been so long since I read that book. I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, the only one that really stands out to me that I remember is what was it, like King Tiger holding cheeseburger or something like.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's who's on one of these cans because he's eating a cheeseburger.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. God, what a bizarre book that was.
It was so much fun to read.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So yeah, good shit.
Good shit.
Cool to see stuff like that, where it's like, oh hey, we interacted with, it's like still, even now, like when I see stuff from like John O'Deener, with Rootless and different stuff, and how it's tied into, how he's got like a wrestler named Danhausen has his own type of coffee through them, and it's just kind of a cool thing seeing people that we had a good chat with.
It is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like that too.
It was like when I was, like I told you, I'm way behind on comics, and I was reading No Angel the other night, which is a book written by former enthusiast guest and friend of the show, Eric Palicki,
right,
and his sister Adrienne, who everyone will know from, well, was it? She's on the Orville. She was on, oh fuck, what was that show? I'm blanking. Friday Night Lights.
Oh right.
She's been in a variety of movies, TV shows, like one of the G.I. Joe movies and all that kind of shit. She was going to be Wonder Woman, but then that got canceled. So, the TV show.
Right.
So, yeah. So it's, it's done by them. And I don't remember the artist, but it's just, like reading shit like that. And you're just like kind of smiling a little on the inside, because you're like, it just reminds you, it's like, man, a buddy of ours, from back in the day is, getting to do things he wanted to do.
I know, it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like it when I see people living the dreams.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, speaking of that, shout out to Michelle for getting like a full page spread in the paper.
Yeah.
And then in the future, she's going to be getting interviewed by Channel 11 too.
Oh, really? Nice.
All right. I'm like, that's awesome. Things are on the up and up for her.
I like it.
All right.
Do you happen? Well, never mind. It's probably behind a paywall.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could share the article, but it's behind a paywall. So
yeah, I mean, I have it physically. We bought a couple papers, but
sure,
yeah, it's pretty cool to see that.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
So I got this weird message from my mom the other day. She just texted me. She's like, hey, I just want to let you know there's a scam going around. I sent you some information. I'm like, oh, all right. So and she said it was a Facebook scam.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, okay. So
yeah, like, of course it is. It's on Facebook.
Yeah, that's exactly what Michelle said too. But
you're like, Mom, you misworded the sentence. It should be Facebook is a scam. Facebook. Period. Full stop.
Full stop.
Yep.
So I'm like, all right. So I'm staring at my text screen, expecting like a link to show up or something, and there was nothing. And I'm like, so I check my email, nothing. I'm like, maybe she sent it to me on Facebook. Open up Facebook Messenger, there's nothing. So I text her back and I'm like, scam question mark. I'm like, I'm not seeing any of this information you're talking about. She's like, oh no, I sent it to you in the mail.
What?
So I should have brought it up here with me so I could put it on the screen, but I forgot about it. So the next day I get a letter from my mom and I crack it open and it's just basically her going, hey, there's a scam on Facebook. My cousin fell for it, and then she hand wrote out the link. I love my mom, but you can see where the technology generational differences.
Right, because like I'm just like, why didn't she just type it out or send a picture or like, hey, don't click this link, whatever.
Oh, it's terrific.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You should respond to her.
Yeah, send one back.
Yeah.
Like old timey.
Thank you.
Thank you for your correspondence, madam.
You got to get the wax seal and everything.
It's just so weird. Like that was the last thing I was expecting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I sent it to you.
Yep.
Did you?
She did.
She did.
Hey, at least you got it fairly quick. I mean
it's pretty impressive.
If that would have taken a week, I mean, God, you may have fallen for who knows how many scams in the meantime.
For the scam.
Yep.
We won't get scammed again.
You are real willy-nilly when it comes to clicking links,
Dude, so fool me once.
You're like, whatever, I've seen worse. Click.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Bring it on.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I thought that shit was so fun. I've been getting so many scam texts.
Oh, yeah, right?
Like I got one the other day that was like, from Amazon.com, $1,100 DSL camera to be charged to your account, question mark? Call here if not. It's like, I order shit from Amazon all the time. I've never gotten a text saying this.
Oh, I've never gotten a text from. The only text I've ever gotten from Amazon is like when once in a while you'll get one of those like, we need to confirm your account or some bullshit like that. That's like it. Other than that, I
sketch unless I'm interacting with Amazon at the time.
That's what I'm meaning. Yeah, is if you're on the site and they were like if you're changing your password or something, and they're like, we're gonna send you a security code. They're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's just,
otherwise it's like, yeah, as soon as you see it's like from Amazon, you're like, delete.
Yeah, I always read it because I chuckle.
Yeah. I mark them as spam too, even though I know they'll just generate a new number and do it. Still just mark them as spam, so at least I won't get them from that number.
You would think of Amazon making hundreds of thousands of dollars a minute or whatever it is, that they would have a hit squad to go out and take these fuckers out.
They can't. It's like that one. I forgot what podcast it was I was listening to. I think it was the Planet Money. I think it was, or one of those types where they were talking about how after Amazon opened up to where people can sell from like all over the world, there's basically these places that are just scams that pay people to just create accounts.
Of course they do.
And stuff. And basically for every one Amazon blocks, like 10 more pop up, know? So they just can't stay ahead of it basically. Because you know how it is. Like authorities are always chasing the villains, because they know what they're going to do. You don't know what they're going to do until they've done it, typically. Right. So,
especially if you can, like great movie.
Right. It's like they try, but it's just it's really a fool's errand, even though, it's similar to like the war on drugs. It's like, they stop this percentage, but there's still a giant percentage that gets through.
Crazy. Drugs
but you still
keeps winning.
Right, but it's like you kind of still have to fight the fight, though. You can't just go, whatever, have it your way.
No, that's true. What was this, Burger King? Get out of here, you rascal.
What if you were just there to get busy in the bathroom? Can you still have it your way?
Yes.
All right, fair enough.
Yes.
All right, you say so.
Yes.
So anyways, we've talked all this time. So what else you been up to this week?
Well, I was telling you before the show, we went back to Tecumseh, which... By the way, been there twice. I still haven't been back to the brewery. Seems like a fucking conspiracy.
It's pretty weird.
It is weird. Now, we were going because...
there's only one brewery there, so it's not like you're sampling around.
Exactly, right? Now we went there because Michelle painted a couple paintings for her cousins,
Yeah.
and they live out in the middle of bumfuck, and
Right.
that was like a good middle ground for us to meet.
Oh, okay.
So we went out there. Plus, there's that tea shop that Michelle was like falling in love with, which
Sure.
is fine. I know she loves her tea, so it's cool. But
Yeah.
her cousins, right? One is 22. The other one just turned 18. They
Okay.
both look like children because that's just her families are just tiny people.
Right.
Like legit, her one cousin, because she's very petite, looks like just a little kid.
Wow.
Like the
All
first
right.
time I met her, and I'm like, oh, this. I'm not gonna say her name. But like, oh, this is so and so. She just turned 18. I'm like, what? Because it's weird. Like I imagine when people see her driving around, they probably do double takes and
Right. Like calling the cops thinking a child's out with the car.
yes, exactly. So
Like, how many phone books you got in there?
so we're waiting to get into this Mexican restaurant, which was, I mean, I know why we're waiting because it's probably tragically understaffed.
I believe the name of the restaurant was El Disappointo.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's not terrible,
No, I'm right.
but you're right. But so we're sitting there waiting to get in there, and they finally go, "Oh, Michelle, table 4," and we walk up, and the hostess like looks at the four of us, and she's like, "Do you guys need some kids menus?" And Michelle's one cousin is just like, "No," but it just is like, how many times does she have to deal with that?
Oh, that's gotta suck.
Right?
You know?
'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I guarantee she's under 5 foot tall, too.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like the opposite way, right? Like I'm up at Food Town last Wednesday, and the guy behind me in line, like I'm collecting my bags to leave, and the guy behind me, the woman goes, "Oh, she's like, you get a senior discount," and he's like, "I'm only 50." Like it's
Bro, cuts deep.
Do you know what it is? Like he's follically challenged like we are, and his beard is all gray, basically. So but I still looking at him, I'm like I don't think this dude looks
I mean,
60,
the
but
move would have just been go, I know,
yeah,
and take the discount and just leave.
right. Or on her end, I think the only way you can save yourself at that point, right, is you're pretty much like, I know, wink, and just give him the discount.
That would be the way to save it, actually.
Like wink, wink,
Wink, wink, nudge,
like,
nudge.
oh
Know what I
yes,
mean? Know what I mean?
you get the discount.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine, like,
God, can you imagine if they would have been like, "Do you need booster seats?"
oh my god,
Oh, that'd be
I should
terrible.
have just been like, you guys have crayons too.
I mean, at least you could have had a nice
Have a
snack.
time.
Yeah.
No, I mean, because of I've basically, with the exception of the gray that's formed in my beard and the crow's feet that's developed, I've
Right.
basically looked the same age since I shaved my head.
Pretty much,
You know?
yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
it's a wild card whenever I go somewhere. Some people think I'm
Yeah.
old, some people don't. Like I
Yeah.
get it a lot of times from work. People are like, "How old are you?" And I'm like, 43. And they're like, "Jesus, I thought you were like in your early 30s or something."
Right.
Like, oh, well.
So you're like, do you like take your glasses off, and then it's like on Ren and Stimpy when they would zoom in on something.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just see just like your crow's feet, but it's like exaggerated about like 100
They
times.
just zoom in on my sock garter around my calf.
Yeah.
For some reason, they always had those on.
Right. You like pull your glasses down and you look like Palpatine, like it, in the later movies.
Yeah, after he gets electrocuted.
Yeah.
After Mace Windu deflects his own lightning back into his face. Fucking pimp move, by the way.
It was for sure.
Have some of your own medicine.
Yep. Oh my God. I love those movies, but my God, does that guy overact? Like, I mean, everything with him. So
you know what I
cartoony.
didn't know? I know we're talking a lot of Star Wars here.
Yeah.
Is the guy that played Palpatine in the original trilogy was the guy who played it in the prequels?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how crazy is that?
Yeah, it's funny because when you see a picture of him, like, sans makeup, like in the prequels, basically, you see him the way he really looks.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I assume this dude would be like 100.
Yeah, he's just some young dude that they like, threw ball sack makeup on or something.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
how can we make him look evil? Make him look like a scrotum.
Yes,
Yes.
but not a young
Yeah, yes,
scrotum.
not a
Like,
young one. A scrotum that's seen many winters.
yeah.
So many winters.
uh, as the prophecy
As a
foretold.
prophecy foretold. I don't know. It's been a chill week, you know. I mean, I didn't. God. So the reason we didn't record yesterday was because I slept like fucking dog shit. It
Yeah,
was one of those things. We went to bed, and like just something woke me up, and I was
right.
just wide awake, and my brain was just
It was
going.
it was me knocking on your window.
Yeah, I don't know. Seriously, like I thought I heard like a click or something, and
Yeah,
I was just awake.
I was just sitting outside your window saying "Nevermore."
Yeah, exactly. But
This isn't funny, Brian. I gotta
God
work.
damn it, man.
Nevermore.
But yeah, like my brain wouldn't
In the
stop
gun.
like going. And it
Yeah,
wasn't even like I was like focused on anything like, oh God, I'm worried about it. It's just dumb shit. You
right.
know?
Like what flavor pancakes you're making in the morning.
Yeah, basically, it was just dumb shit. Like one of them
Yeah.
legit was like my what I want to use for my gaming setup when I'm twitching in the living room. I was like,
By you don't mean using
I mean
the app
foaming at the
Twitch.
mouth because I smoked my domer
Okay,
on the mantle.
just making sure. I figured so.
But so
Yikes.
it got to the point that I'm just like, I have to get up. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go throw a mean piss, and
Yep.
I'm gonna grab my phone and head out to the couch and play my stupid Magic the Gathering match game, and
Right.
hope cause usually like sometimes I'll fall asleep playing that game.
Right. Yeah, I've done that before with
Yeah,
with like wrestling game or that word game that I
right.
play. I
So I'm playing the game and I'm starting to like get tired. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna like sleep on the couch, whatever. I put my phone on the charger because weird, it was half dead.
yeah, go figure.
Yeah. And I was almost asleep, and the goddamn cat jumped on me, and she's just like, and just lands on my chest. I was like,
Yeah.
ugh. And then once again, I'm just awake, you know.
Yep.
And part two of me starting to fall asleep. I was like, ugh. And just coming from the window that's right next to the couch because the windows are open because it's so cool outside.
Right. Nevermore.
It might as well have been because it was Ember again, the one who jumped on my chest. She's in the window and she's just like, oh. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, tapping her through the curtain, you know?
Yeah.
Like, shut up. And she's just, so I'm so glad the neighbors weren't out in her driveway or something. I sit up, I like move open the curtain, and there's just a black cat in their driveway. And I'm just like, and the cat took off running.
Yeah.
Of course, I think I freaked out Ember too, because
Yeah.
I don't think it was expecting some goddamn Bigfoot to be hissing at it.
Yeah. It was like a scene from Nosferatu.
Yeah, exactly. It's like someone showed me a crucifix.
Yeah.
Oh my god! So yeah, and then it was like 3 a.m, and I'm
Yeah.
like I'm sitting there thinking like I might call off tomorrow, and then
Yeah.
it hit me. My backup was on vacation,
That's
and I'm like,
all the
fuck.
reason to call off.
And it's
Yeah.
stupid me. Because I'm that guy. Well, work needs me.
Yeah. Can't leave them
Can't
hanging.
leave 'em hanging.
Yep.
I went back to bed and I eventually like slept hard for a couple hours, and then I felt like just death all day.
Yeah.
And I was like pounding caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a rough Monday.
Right.
Yeah. And it was like, you and I talked, and I'm like, it's probably a good idea that we don't record tonight. Because like I told you, I'm like, I'll probably be just useless,
Yeah. That's kind of what I was figuring, and it's not fun either.
Yeah, because I'm
right?
over here like,
yeah, it's not fun for you
Yeah.
sitting here like wow, I'm just talking to
Yeah,
myself.
it's no bueno.
Yeah, that's why I was like, should we just record tomorrow? Because that'll probably just work. But also that gave me time to really throw down on my steak dinner.
Well, that's
so
fair.
I mean, it really wasn't about you. I just wanted to steak.
Dude,
dinner.
I totally understand.
I should have just came out with it, but like, listen,
I got steak dinner, so we're recording tomorrow.
I'm tired of hearing about your shit. I got a steak dinner I need to work on.
But so what I did was because Michelle was like, "Hey, do you mind if I go paint?" I'm like, "No, it's go. That's like your job. Go paint. Do
Right.
whatever." And I'm like, well, you know what? I spent half the night daydreaming about my fucking Twitch setup. I think might work. I'm like, let me hook it up and see if it's gonna work, and it did.
Well, good, because otherwise I could just picture you spending another night.
Yeah, right. Just
that's how my brain would work. Yeah.
yeah. So I used my old ass laptop that I actually got to work and like factory reset it. And
oh man, speaking of things belching out black smoke,
dude, we're getting there. So I get everything hooked up, and I'm like, well, fuck it. It's like 8:00. I'm not going to bed yet. I'm like, let me stream a little bit on Twitch just to get the bugs out of this.
Yeah.
You know, and like I upgraded my PlayStation membership so I get some of those free games, you know.
Fancy. Yeah.
And I was like, one of them I saw that I'm like, this would be funny to do Twitch, was Car Mechanics Simulator.
Okay. I was going to ask you about that because I saw, it shows what your friends have played or what. I'm like, what the fuck
exactly.
is he playing?
And like I'm no mechanic, but I've done some shit on some cars.
Oh, I'd be a mess in that. I don't know what the hell I'm doing unless it's like changing a headlight or pulling a dent, basically.
Fair enough. Well, maybe we can collaborate. But so I get it all to work and I fired up and I'm starting to go through like the tutorial and I'm having fun. You know, I'm like, all right, this is actually working. Like, you know, I'm getting audio from my microphone, audio from the game. Things aren't bleeding into each other. I got a little picture of me in the corner because I got a camera set up. I'm like, this is cool. And then I look over at my laptop and there's just a window that just said Windows update necessary, restarting, and it was like a countdown. And I was like, no, and I'm going to hit like the no button, and my laptop just went black.
Oh no!
It's like you, and then it cut my stream short, obviously.
Did it restart or did the laptop die?
Oh no, it restarted, but it restarted and it was like Windows update, and then it just said this will take a while. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm done. And I fired it up this morning when I got up to make sure it works, and it works.
Okay. So, was it done updating?
Yeah. It took all, I'm assuming it took all night.
Dude, I did that once with my brother's old laptop, and it was like, this may take a while, kind of like, pack a lunch, basically. And, oh, my God, it took hours.
I legit thought it killed my laptop.
I don't even know why it took that long, because it was an outdated laptop, and it's like, when they're old, why is there what is taking so much time to update here? Because it's not really updating much.
No.
So it's like it's got to be some deep hardware update or something.
Basically, the only thing on that laptop besides Windows, because I went through and I cleaned out all bunch of the programs that are preloaded. It's just
right. So it's just Windows and porn now.
Yes.
Nice.
It's Windows and it's Streamlabs, and that's it.
Yeah. Right.
So it's like it's basically it's gonna hopefully until it dies for good. It's gonna be my way that I can stream downstairs.
That works. It's funny. I was talking with the guy at GameStop. He's building his own arcade cabinet, and he's going to run a Raspberry Pi in it to have tons of games. But it's going to be like big enough to where it's like the 4-player, like in the arcade,
that's cool.
Or 2 or or maybe it's not 4. I think he said 4 though. He's going to have like a 32-inch screen in the thing, and it's going to be pretty dope from the way it sounds. And he said, for now it's running on just the like Raspberry Pi type thing. And he's like, but eventually he's like, I'll probably just buy a computer, because to run that software, it doesn't have to be a top of the line graphics powerhouse. It's literally could be a computer from like 10 years ago, and it'll probably be too powerful for what he needs. And I was like, oh yeah, that's actually really good.
It's
just
not
max
like he's
out
running, new games.
Yeah, you don't need a top of the line graphics card. You don't need you need memory. That's the biggest thing but even then it doesn't have to be like terabytes of memory. It could literally be,
like
a gig would probably be too much.
Yeah, like a 50 gig hard drive's plenty.
Probably, yeah. So, I was like, oh yeah, good point. And he goes, but my luck though, when I'm trying to put it together, it'll just be pieces that are like obsolete, and then it'll still cost me like $5,000 or something. But I was like, yeah, you're right. Otherwise, it should be like just find somebody who's throwing out an old computer and just be like, hey, let me see the specs on that real quick.
Can I
Wipe
have
the
this
hard
stuff?
drive. Yeah, wipe the hard drive because you don't even need an operating system because Raspberry Pi is the operating
for
system.
sure.
So, or the emulator thing, so even if it just had the operating system, like you were saying, like that's it basically, it would run what he's
bare
wanting.
bones it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
should be.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to doing the streaming stuff because I've been playing more games lately. I end up beating the story of God of War. But
Yeah.
I beat it, but I'm only still like less than half percentage complete. So there's a lot of stuff in that game to unlock. But at the point I'm at now, I'm like, I've seen the story. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a completionist like a lot of people are.
Well, and also a lot of times those side quests end up kind of being to just feed learning locations in games or
exactly
upping your XP or whatever.
It was a great game. I'm really glad I played it. I always loved the series. It's probably going to make me buy Ragnarok brand new, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it is what it is. It was cool.
Right.
But yeah, I'm pretty stoked because that was the only thing that was really keeping me from streaming on Twitch mostly. It's because I can only stream up here.
Right.
And it's like, well, that's cool and all, but at the same time, I like hanging out in the rest of my house. Like, I like talking to my lady,
Yeah. Well, you could just yell to her from.
I mean, I could, and not. Let's be real. Games that you can play on Mac platform are pretty limited.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
I didn't know if that ever got any better because I didn't know if there's anything like if Steam works on Mac or not. I have no idea.
Like, I have Steam, and I keep looking at the list of games you can play on Mac, and like I do have one that I streamed a couple times that I want to play again. It's just called Papers, Please. You're an immigration officer.
Oh, geez, that sounds.
It's an interesting game.
All right.
It's one I want to play that again. But for the most part, everything I play is on my PlayStation or on the Switch. And with the setup I got going now, I can stream either one of those. So.
Yeah. Well, I just saw AEW, who I told you before, they're working with the people. Was it Ukes and THQ? Like those that made like WrestleMania 2000 and stuff.
Yeah.
They're working with those development teams on their wrestling
They're going to fuck it up again.
Man, I so hope not. Like they showed some shots from the game and it looks pretty good. It's not like crazy realistic, but I don't need it or
if
want
it just played like the old school wrestling games on the Nintendo 64 would be fine. Or
and that's
like
really,
the Def Jam game.
Yes, that's really what they're shooting for is but just a fun pick it up, have a good time type of game. And it's available for pre-order now, I guess, and stuff. But it's weird because I was in GameStop, I'm talking with the manager there, and he's telling me about it, and I was like, everything in me wants to just go. I might as well just pre-order it because odds are I'm going to buy it. But at the same time, part of me is also like, I want to wait and see the reviews.
If I were you, I mean, that would what I would do.
Yeah,
because it's been a while since I played a wrestling game. Because I'm not really into the wrestling like I was. But if one came out that was in the vein of those old games I used to love, I would probably buy it and play it.
For sure. That's my thing is like, if I got that and I was like, bro, this is just like, I mean, first of all, I'd be like, hey, let me bring it over and let's give it let's have a time.
Right.
And then I could see you immediately going, I need this in my life. And
yeah, for sure. Right.
Because especially if there's abilities for us to like, join up on as a tag team online and shit like we used to.
Times.
Yeah. Be, definitely have a time with that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess you have to let me know.
Yeah. But it's interesting though, because like you were saying with all the, like, was it a week or two ago with the different free games that have been available to us and whatnot, it's like I'm not in any hurry to run out. Like they just dropped a new Saints Row game, I think.
Oh, nice.
And it looks cool, but it also looks like they went away from the silliness. It looks like they went more Grand Theft Auto.
That's where they're making a mistake. Dildo bats for everyone. That's what I say. Yeah,
I'm hoping it still got some of that in it. And it was like, I'll probably pick it up, but I'm for sure going to wait until it's like a $30 or a $40, something like that range. Also, I want to see reviews and different stuff, but it looks like there's tons of customizations like on vehicles and weapons, like, and different stuff. It looks like they really are trying to make a good game because I think what happened was they just went too far with the last one. I think they went too far cartoony with the superpowers and all that kind of stuff.
It almost got boring towards the end because there was just like you could do anything you wanted.
Yeah. I think I'm about like 2/3 of the way through the game and I haven't picked it back up because, it's like the game is always rewarding because there's funny shit through the whole game. But also, like you were saying, you hit a point to where you're like, almost like you don't want to upgrade your guy when you have the choice to. Because you're like, I still want a challenge here.
Like everything I fight, I'm smoking.
Yeah. It's like, there is no, like I said in the one before, when you get toward the end of the game, when there's all the cops and everything and all the stuff swarming you, and I'm just standing there like, bring it on. You can't kill me. I was going around punching things. I didn't even have to shoot them. I was just pocket fisting everything.
The fucking a pocket fist. Yeah.
Like
I missed that.
I couldn't be touched, because the weapons didn't hurt me. And, so it was like, this isn't a I mean, listen, on one hand, it's fun as shit when you're running around in God mode.
Oh, for sure.
Right. But also it's like, yeah, I kind of want to challenge. Like, I feel like, let me beat the game once with a challenge, then let me go through and play it on God mode, basically.
Well, that's like the one thing that I kind of thought about with God of War is I beat it, so it unlocked New Game Plus, which you can basically restart the story, but you have all the shit you unlocked.
Oh, okay.
Like, well, but what is there? Is it more challenging? Did they add anything? Because some companies with New Game Plus, they add shit.
Yeah. Like Diablo does that too. Once you beat the story, you can start the story again and you have all your shit and you're leveled way up. So you're just basically walking through, just flicking things in the face and they're dying,
I mean, I might try New Game Plus just to see what it is. But I don't know. But at the same time, I got Car Mechanic Simulator. I got to master.
Well, that's the thing too, right? Is like, do you replay a game? I mean, there is other stuff you can do in that game, but it's like, do you replay the game or do you play a fresh game?
I mean, honestly, legit, I'm probably going to play that Yakuza Like a Dragon next.
Oh, yeah, right.
I've heard it's terrific.
I forgot to download it because I'm still not in the mindset of
unlimited data.
I have unlimited data.
Unlimited power. Yeah. Welcome, Brian.
Yeah, it's I'm still not used to that yet, so it kind of, I forget about it sometimes. It's fun because like I don't forget about it when I'm watching a TV show now. Like I don't watch like 3 episodes and go, I better stop for the night. Now I'm just like, fuck you, I'm watching 12 more.
Fuck yeah, binge, baby. You're just tying off.
I'm leaving it on all night.
I'm covered in Cheeto. I don't give a shit.
Slow down. All right, he's gone. I don't think he's still in the. Oh, maybe he is. I don't know if he's in the chat. He said he was at work.
Oh,
so
that's right. I hope he's in the chat because fuck everybody else at that place. Yeah. Be selfish. Yeah.
So I got this is I have this habit of buying things and then not using them for a long time.
Okay, fair enough.
Case in point, I still haven't hooked up the bidet I bought a
Jesus,
year ago.
Brian, you got to spray down your asshole.
Do you know why? I'm so not handyman type. I'm so afraid of fucking something up. Right. Yeah, well, it's it's not just me. It's like my mom's also afraid of me fucking up.
Well, she doesn't know. Well,
anyway,
if you fuck it up, just throw it in garbage.
I just need to buy some beer and be like, hey, Tony.
Dude, I want to crawl behind her goddamn toilet.
No, I don't either. That's the problem. I need like child labor. Or something. Like
now
a kid
we're
who knows.
talking.
Like, do one of Michelle's nieces or cousins know plumbing?
I mean,
they could just squeak back there
just get
real
a hold
easy.
Some of them kids in that Alabama Hyundai plant or whatever. The fuck is that about?
I don't think I'll be good. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, this other thing that I bought because I saw, oh shoot, I forgot his name now. It's Darth. Was it Darth BX or something like that? He's one of the guys from Inner City Geeks. Right. And like us, shaves his head, and he bought one of those gimmicks. Like I don't know if you've seen him on. I'm sure you've seen him on like Instagram ads and different stuff, where it's basically like an electric razor that you can shave your head
in your
with.
Palm, one of those guys.
Okay. Yeah, right. And I looked him up, looked at all the reviews, all this stuff, and picked the one that has. I mean, I didn't go with the high end one because it was way more than I could afford at the time, but it was like $35 or something like that. So I've had this thing for months, but every time I think about using it, it recommends only using it like up to your hair being a few days of growth, basically. And I was like, damn it, my hair is always too long by the time I think about it.
Luxurious mane, just shaking it in the wind.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Nicolas Cage in was that Conair or whatever? Or yeah, Conair, right? Yeah. Um, dude, I think from one of those stupid apps that was out, I think I have that GIF with my face
Hell
on it.
yeah.
Of
I wish you could find that.
I'll look and see if I can. I can't really. Well, I could screen cap it. I can't upload it really, but so anyway, but the other day I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, my hair's shorter. I'm going to use this thing finally. And I knew there was going to be a learning curve because it's the first time using it. And I don't use an electric razor for like my neck, or even when I had to be clean shaven. I never would use it because it just never worked well enough for me. So I'm this thing on my head. And it's super easy to use. You can use it wet or dry. And it's working. But like I had to go over it a few times because I think maybe it was a little too long. Like the length it is now, where I got like, you're starting to get that like few days of stubble on there. I bet if I use it right now, it'd be like $1 million on my head, because it did a really good job.
Here's my
but
question.
I still had to kind of work it.
Does it get it down to the skin where it's like smooth?
It was mostly smooth, and the only reason I think it wasn't completely is probably, once again, like it was in the back of my head where it wasn't super smooth. So it could be, I have a bump in the back of my head, so maybe it doesn't get that area as well.
Like after I'm done shaving my head, Brian, I want it to feel like a fetus's kneecap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, squishy.
Yeah.
But it, like I said, it worked really well. And what I'm thinking is, like, I need to shoot for probably like every 4 days, maybe 5 days, just bzz, 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 real quick and just top it off. And I think I can stay way ahead of it, and it'll be a lot easier.
Than a rechargeable battery inside. You don't have to like throw like a C cell in there or something.
Yeah, because it's got a charging cable that it came with and whatever. The only problem I'm having with the thing is when you take the thing with the blades off to clean it, there's like, it didn't come with any sort of a real tool to get down in there, and there's a couple spots where the hair really kind of accumulates.
Like
so I'm gonna have to
nooks and crannies.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I've got like those little brushes you get with like trimmers and stuff to clean them out, but it's like I need something. Like, honestly, I just probably need to get a pair of tweezers, and I'll be okay.
About a leaf blower.
Or a leaf blower. That's a good idea. I guess a hair dryer would probably work.
I don't know why it just made me think of it.
I don't need a leaf blower, but that's way more fun.
I saw some video yesterday. Some dude, he's just like minding his business, eating a Caesar salad like from McDonald's or something. Yeah. And his buddy's like, dude, look at this leaf blower I just got, and then just like kicks it up and blows the salad everywhere.
Yeah. They had a video on Ridiculousness a couple nights ago of a woman's doing a puzzle, and a guy comes up with the leaf blower and just blows the puzzle away. And I'm like, what a dick. Like,
I love it, though.
Because it was during COVID, too. You know how people were doing puzzles as a way of passing the time, which I still don't understand. Like, electronics exist.
Exactly.
Right?
I'd rather just stare at the wall for a while. Do a fucking puzzle. What are we, childhood Mabel? What's going on here?
Also, nice. Also, it's like, if I'm going to do a puzzle, I can just do one on my iPad.
Yeah, I mean, sure, fair enough.
There's puzzle apps all over on there. What are you doing?
The past couple weeks, I've almost pulled the trigger on an iPad.
Not enough times. Soon.
It's been a couple times. I keep eyeballing them. I'm like,
Give it to your desires. Join the dark side.
Here's my mindset. I'm like, well, my Minimax paid off, so.
Well, I mean, you gotta have some debt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Here we go. Cheeto says he has the Pitbull Skull Shaver Silver, and I think I have something similar, but it's like the step down from that.
Like the Chihuahua Skull Shaver.
And he said, yeah, he said it isn't razor smooth, but it's convenient, and as long as he doesn't go more than a week, it's quick and pretty damn smooth. I think that's where mine's going to be too, because like whenever I do mine, there's still like a good amount of stubble there. But with this, dude, it was, I mean, like the top of my head especially, and some of like the areas where there's no hair, where it's barren, was super smooth. The areas where I still could grow hair, there's like a little stubble.
I'm just like a razor guy, though. I want to. Yeah, I like it so it's like so smooth. And I like
Right.
the danger of like, whacking off a mosquito bite or something, you know?
Yeah, that's the part I'm not a big fan of. I have a real thing about putting things near me that could harm me like that. So, you know, so this works really good for me though. And like I said, it's fast too. Like I think like at
Fast as
the
fuck,
like I
boy.
said, like Cheeto was saying, I think if I were to do it every like 4 days or so, I bet it'd be less than 5 minutes and I'd be done. Just zip, zip, zip,
I
and
mean,
pretty much.
maybe I'll look into it and pull the trigger once I run out of blades. I got a lot of blades though.
Well, that's the only the only downside to the thing is like any electric razor, they recommend you replace the thing every so
Yeah,
often, the the blade things, and you can buy them
of
through the
course you
company. I
can.
don't know what they cost, but yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
Huh.
But I like it so far. So at least at this point, I'm like, well, good. I didn't, because the worst part would be if I get it and I'm just like do, and it's just patchy as fuck all over my head. Like, well,
Exactly.
this is a waste of money. you know, because that's what I was wondering when I first started doing it on the side of my head here, where, like I said, I can grow some hair. Like I had to keep going around that area, so I was like, it's probably still a little too long for the thing, because it is like an electric razor. When you shave your face, it works the best when you do it like every day or every other
Yeah,
day. Like if you let it go for a week, it's not an electric razor is usually not the best choice.
right.
You know, so
I
whatever.
mean,
But the other thing,
to get
well,
those
good.
hard to reach hairs out of the blades of that thing, you could
Yeah,
probably use the accurate pressure from your bidet.
yeah, but then I got to hook up
That's
the
what I'm
bidet.
saying.
Like, geez, Tony, one thing at
one
a time. I got to wait another year before I use another product I bought
one
2 years
bidet at a
ago.
time.
Yeah. Okay. Cheeto says he's bought 3 replacement heads over the 2 years he's had it, and they're about $30 a piece.
That's not
That's not
bad.
bad.
That's not bad.
No, considering the price
Yeah,
of
but does it
razors.
work on his balls? Or does he have a pit bull skull shaver and a pit bull taint shaver?
Yeah, Pitbull
Yeah,
bag
the old
shaver.
bag shaver.
Yeah. And it's like you don't buy based on length. You buy, well, ball length maybe, but you buy
It really depends on like the
you buy.
temperature, though. Let's be real here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you buy it based on how many winters your
Yeah,
balls have seen.
yes, exactly.
Apparently, I don't know. So I got something this week that I was gonna bring over, as something for us to potentially try, but I ended up trying it
Oh, that's
anyway.
cool. What you
Uh,
got?
which is Verner's, a local
Shout out to Detroit.
ginger ale. Yep. The only ginger ale anyone in this area should be
Fair
drinking.
enough.
Anyway, they put out a black cherry ginger ale. And, it took a little while for me to find it. I kept seeing it in the Toledo Reddit where people are like, the one day I was at Meyer, came home, got on Reddit, and I happened to be in the Toledo subreddit, and somebody was like, where are you guys finding this? And one guy's like, oh, I just picked it up like 20 minutes ago at the Meyer on Alexis. I'm like, I was
Motherfucker.
just there. And I did not see it. And like and it's only in cans. I don't think it's in bottles at this point. So it's like, where the fuck did he find it? Because I looked on end caps, I looked out in the middle where they had other pop. I looked down the pop aisle. Like, I don't know where the hell he found it, unless he, hijacked a truck in the parking lot or
Maybe,
something.
I mean, I've seen videos of people when they like open up the bottoms of the shelves and people stash shit. Maybe it's
Yeah.
stashed, Brian.
I don't know, man. I was mad though. But anyway, I found some finally, and
This Verner's ginger ale shirt that someone's selling on Amazon is pretty great.
oh,
Just
nice.
saying.
And it's good, but it's really sweet, and it's got like you get a lot of the black cherry flavor. But for me, it tastes a lot like if you just took a Verner's and poured black cherry syrup into it. And that's how I'm getting. I'm getting, like, honestly, I'm getting a little like cough syrupy taste
no
from
bueno.
it. Now, like, especially if it's anytime soon we hang out, I'll bring you one over.
Wow, we
or a
gotta
couple
hang out
so
soon, Brian. We gotta watch
Green
Green Lantern eat crispy pepperonis.
shit. Yeah.
God damn it.
So I'll bring over a couple so you and your lady can try it if you like to. Like
Maybe
I
we
said,
could
it is.
figure it out this weekend. Leah is staying with me, but I'm pretty sure they work at the same time.
Oh, okay. I think the move for it is if you have it, I think it's to put it over
Oh, I
ice.
thought you were gonna say mix with liquor.
I don't know if it'll mix with liquor real well. I have it like that was something I was going to talk to you about when you try it. I was going to see what you were thinking of that because I'm not sure what liquor to put with it. Because rum you probably don't want because it's already spicy because of the ginger, but it's also sweet. So I don't know if it's a whiskey drink or what you mix with it. So, or vodka, I guess. But
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it might be like maybe like a vodka, make like a black cherry mule kind of. You know?
yeah, that's why I
Is
said
it a ginger
I don't know.
soda aspect?
Yeah, because it definitely still
Yeah.
has that. Like, it has that warming, ginger aspect to it. And for those who haven't had Verner's, if you've had Schweppes, dial the ginger up,
Yeah.
and that is Verner's
I mean,
basically. And I think it's more
I'm not a
carbonated too.
huge ginger ale fan, so I honestly,
Yeah,
I don't think if you put a couple different ginger ales in front of me, I could pull it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I for sure could only because I've I've been in enough bars where they use Schweppes because I think it's less aggressive and it works better probably for various mixed
Right.
drinks. You know,
But see, I like a ginger
so
beer where it's like it has all that bite, like when it's almost
yeah.
like spicy. You know?
Well, that's what
Yeah,
Verner's
you know
basically is
what?
compared to like
I might
Schweppes.
have to get a Verner's because it's been a long time and see. Because when I
Yeah,
was a kid, my mom and my dad are both like fucking Verner's for life, dude, basically.
yeah.
And I always thought they were
Well,
insane. I'm
especially
like, whatever. I'm just gonna drink Mountain Dew and play Street Fighter. You know?
well, especially in this area, it is like known as a like go to when you feel sick.
Yeah.
It's like when you have a cold, the two things people in this area usually want are chicken soup and Verner's. Those are like two of the for some reason the get better, they're on the checklist. And like my mom, she only wants Verner's when she's sick.
Interesting.
Like if she's not feeling good.
Huh. I'm more of a
Yeah,
hot toddy guy now, to be fair.
yeah. Well, I have to be careful with it because the warming effect of the ginger can really spice up my heartburn if I've already kind of leaned
It's
in
a
that way a little
spicy
bit.
meatball.
Yeah, so I have to be real careful with it. So I can't, like, even with this, I can't. It's not a pop I'm going to be drinking like all the time. Like I'll probably have this 12 pack for a little bit because I'm not going to be knocking one down all the
Right.
time. But like I said, I'll set a couple aside to
Yeah,
bring
yeah,
over so we can
for sure. That'd be
have
fun.
time.
I am
Yeah,
sitting here trying to think of what you can maybe mix it with, and I'm drawing a blank right now. You know what
right.
the move might be? Hear me out.
Uh,
Is maybe like a lime, like hard seltzer, because I love cherry and lime together. You know,
okay.
and it's still you still have
Hmm.
the bubbly effervescence then. I don't know,
Right.
maybe I don't know. I'm just fucking around here.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I was just looking online to see if anybody has, thrown it, with some liquor of some sort, and I'm not really seeing anything.
Well,
So,
I have quite a lot, so my first thought is probably Jägermeister. Hard
no,
pass. The hardest of passes.
I only drink Jägermeister for one thing.
Yes. Well, I mean, I can't say that, but I know what one thing you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny because I'm looking at different things, and a couple people are like, "I don't find it overly sweet." And like, how do you not? That's all I tasted, and I drink pop enough that pop, like regular pop doesn't come across as like super sugary to
Right.
me, you know? So it's like for me to say it's sweet, I feel like it's pretty sweet, you know, because I'm like I said, I'm one who drinks pop, enough that it doesn't register as real this doesn't register as like just a normal drink. So yeah, somebody is like, oh, it's very similar to rock and rye.
Yeah.
You can
Fuck
fuck right
yourself.
off because it is not at all
You know what's not similar to Rock and Rye, Brian?
anything.
Thirst murdering liquid death.
Oh, nice. I didn't realize it was time. Oh, that's a neat idea. Dude mentioned using it maybe for a float.
That would be cool.
That actually might be the move.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely willing to give it a try.
Yeah.
You know what else I kind of
for
want to try? Just because I've seen it on billboards.
BDSM.
Do they have billboards of that?
I'm sure there's one somewhere.
Probably. You're probably right.
Inside a sex shop or something. I don't know.
Simply spiked lemonade.
Yeah, I know. You know,
I want to try
it's
this.
weird to me. It's weird to me when you take like Topo Chico and or Topo Chico, whatever it is, and some of those others to where they make a very non-alcoholic
Yes.
product. And now it's being paired with alcohol is a little weird. This is where, to me, this is where it gets a little fuzzy when everyone always is like, well, what if you have kids around? You know, like the Simply Lemonade spiked, like that's more of a, like, if the label looks anything like the Simply Lemonade, that could be a, you know, a young Tony drinking his mom's margarita mix.
Yes. I was like, because it's like, I really like Simply Orange. I've had the lemonade. I like the lemonade. It's like really good lemonade. And when I saw that this exists, I'm like, wow, I kind of want to try it. And now that I pulled it up, I see the flavors they have. They got strawberry, classic lemonade, blueberry, and watermelon.
Oh, dude, I'm in. Do they make? Is it a mixer pack?
Yeah, it looks like it's a mixer pack.
Dude, we for sure need some of that to go with the.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, yeah, get some Simply Spiked, have some pizza.
Yeah, buddy, that's a time right there. Yeah. Because, you know, like, especially when they have watermelon, I'm always in for it because it's very much like Quantum Leap. I'm always hoping that the next one is the leap home. You know, like I'm always hoping that it's watermelon, not Jolly Rancher watermelon.
I should have saved one for you, but when I had that Truly Margarita pack, the watermelon was actually really good. And
because you know how it is. Most watermelon juices and all that stuff taste like Jolly Rancher. They don't taste.
I love watermelon, but I also like fake watermelon.
I mean, I do too, but I always want it to taste more like real watermelon. I want it to feel like you just juiced a watermelon.
Yeah.
And added the stuff to it, you know, because otherwise in my head I'm kind of like, why don't I just buy the alcohol and just juice a watermelon?
I mean, that's a strong move.
You know, because watermelon is delicious. Speaking of, I got one. I got to cut it
into that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know where we at time wise, but I got one more thing, and it's really a cry for help.
All right.
I got to turn this bitch off over here. Hold on. I don't want Alexa listening.
All right. Too late, Tony.
Right? No, I muted her. She can't listen. At least that's what they tell me.
Oh, she's still listening.
So
Siri's going to tell her everything.
You know, we've got multiple Alexas through the house. I've got a lot of smart lights because I got old fixtures, and it's a lot easier that way.
Yeah.
The one in my living room, right? And if anyone knows how I could fix this, because I've already factory reset the thing, and it still doesn't want to work. If I go, Alexa, turn on the living room, it's like, sorry, I can't find a group titled living room. But if I go to any other one and I go, Alexa, turn on the living room, it's like, boop, boop, it just turns it right on.
Oh, weird.
I don't understand. It's all on the same network.
Oh.
I'm already sort of thing of fucking trash.
As a technical wizard, have you tried spiking it off the ground?
Dude, it wasn't last night. It was probably Sunday night. Yeah, I was getting there because my brain was spinning once I figured out the other Alexas still work with what I was trying to do.
Right, which tells you the error is there, not across the board.
Because I've got a colored light bulb over here, right, and it's titled Podcast Studio. So when I come upstairs, it's lit up. So every time we podcast, I go, Alexa, turn on the Podcast Studio. It turns on the light. I can open a door and I can see shit.
Right. Can you rename the room?
Yeah, maybe I should try that.
Like, that's the only other thing I was thinking of is maybe even if you were like to change the room to like room 2 and then switch it back to living room to where maybe it kind of reset it. Otherwise,
factory reset the thing and then like resynced it to my network. But it's just like
that
doesn't exist. Yeah, but I did it with Podcast Studio. I'm like, hey, turn on the Podcast Studio, and it's like playing podcasts from Amazon. I was like, no, stop it. And then I go into the kitchen where I got one. I'm like, Alexa, turn on podcast studio, and it just like goes boom boom and turns the light on for me. I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, maybe you just got one that's a little
it's
special,
about to be
Tony.
trash. Like I don't understand.
What you need to do, you need to smash the shit out of it with a hammer and then
what I need to do is I need to bring all the Alexas together in one room so they can watch me smash the shit out of it.
Right.
Yes.
And leave it on a pike. Yeah.
Like I'm so
It's
confused. I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone else is doing
I'm sure that is
Smart House shit that listens to our show, but if you have any insight,
yeah,
because I've done some Googling and I can't seem to find anything. Besides, like people are like, well, just delete the skill and then reinstall the skill. Okay, but why does it work for my other Alexas? If it was across the board, it didn't work. That would make sense to me.
Yeah, that's why I was saying is like the only thing I can think of is maybe there's something in the command prompt that doesn't click to where maybe if you rename it, it'll pick it up or something. I don't know. That's weird. Otherwise, yeah, right in the trash.
I know. It's about ready to be a cinder block in the command prompt.
Nice. I like a coaster.
I just don't understand.
Did you know, I saw this on, I forgot what show it was on. They were talking about smart light bulbs. Did you know those things can store like personal information? Like if they have any access to your anything, it can be stored in the light bulb because there's a little like memory card in the light bulb.
What?
That when you go to throw them out, you're supposed to go in and factory reset them before you throw them away.
Really?
Because otherwise someone could take that memory chip and read it.
That's so fucking weird.
I know.
We live in a bizarre-ass world.
I saw that. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I didn't even know those things had any sort of memory like that in them. You know?
Yeah, I assumed they just had like a little like Wi-Fi receiver in them.
Right. That basically just accesses for command purposes and that's it.
Yeah.
But apparently some of them, I don't know if it's every one, but like some of them can hold stuff.
It doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah.
No wonder the Terminators took over.
Yep. It all starts with the light bulbs.
It all starts with the light bulbs. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I don't understand that.
I was looking to see if I could find, like a.
Yes, Cheeto. It shows up under my Alexa app in my devices. But I don't know, bro.
Yeah, here you go. According to a study, because your smart bulbs are connected to your home's Wi-Fi, hackers can use the bulbs to infiltrate your network and steal personal information.
That's insane to me. Well, whatever, bring it on. I like my smart light.
Yeah, well, I guess it's, however it is that you connect to them to program them, apparently within like that area or whatever, there should be something that lets you like factory reset them to where it wipes it.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that a few times when our like suddenly it just won't start, it'll stop working. So you got to factory reset it and then like resync it or whatever. Yeah.
Apparently that's what they recommend, the safety experts recommend you do before you like throw them away or anything if they burn out or whatever. So
that's so weird.
Yeah.
What are these people? Oh, expert.
Yeah, that's right.
Like some idiot's going to dig through a landfill for my smart bulb.
Oh, they do. They do. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow, actually.
All they're going to find a 5 minute and 46 second disappointing Twitch stream.
Oh, all right.
Of me fumbling around the shop and then going, no! Goddamn car mechanic simulator.
Oh, man.
Isn't it weird that there's simulation games for everything?
Yeah, we were talking about this at GameStop.
There's another one that I can download and play is Lawnmower Simulator, and I kind of want to. Like I've tried playing Farming Simulator, and I'm terrible at it.
Right, like there's some that like Goat Simulator is fantastic.
Yeah, that's one of my faves.
So that one for sure. But yeah, most of them I'm like, I don't even get like why.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I don't understand what is. I never read stuff where people are like, oh, they're relaxing, and I'm like, I just don't. I don't know. I just don't get why playing a farming simulator is something you want to do.
Dude, Farm Simulator is an esport. They do
Yeah.
tournaments and shit with that.
Now, see, to me, that's kind of funny, and I feel like that's more of where that started in a way. Is like, can we turn any game into an esport concept? And yes, of course,
Of course
you
you can.
Yeah.
I don't know why your image is all fucked up over here.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do.
All I know is when I fix it, you're gonna come back strong.
Yeah,
like usual.
So I said what I need to do when you're fixing it is just keep dicking with my camera.
Yeah, probably right.
Just keep moving the camera closer to me and further away.
Yeah.
Did you see that Miller High Life has apparently a new ice cream that tastes like a dive bar?
Tastes like a dive bar.
Yeah. Last year, Miller Lite jumped on blah blah. Forget. Apparently, I didn't know this. Did you know IKEA had made a meatball candle?
No.
That smelled like meatballs. I didn't either.
Gwyneth Paltrow can make a vagine candle, then IKEA can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, I mean, we know about the McDonald's quarter pounder set because we talked about that. Kraft mac and cheese ice cream we talked about. I didn't know Grey Poupon apparently had an ice cream. And French's had ketchup ice pops. No squinchers.
It's no squinchers.
So, all right. So where is it?
I mean, I don't mind a High Life. Let's be fair.
Right. The frozen treats start with actual Miller High Life, which is infused into the ice cream, resulting in a final product that packs a 5% ABV punch, which is a little surprising.
Wait, the ice cream has an ABC? ABC?
Yeah.
ABV?
Yeah. Yes, an ABC. Yeah. Says from there, the ice cream's given a peanut butter swirl in honor of the quintessential dive bar snack, peanuts.
Fair enough.
Also included is a hint of tobacco smoke flavor and a gooey caramel swirl, which is intended to mimic that distinct sticky dive bar floor feeling.
That's hilarious.
A sprinkle of carbonated candies included to bring back the fizziness drinkers expect from a freshly poured beer.
How did I look? Sorry, good.
And finally, the whole ice cream bar is dipped in dark chocolate to evoke the dark wood and dim lighting ambiance, or the dank, if you will, that all good dive bars share.
Okay, so I thought when you said you're making ice cream, I was picturing like a pint. The fact they're called dive bars is hilarious.
Yes.
I see they sell them in 6-packs. Hilarious.
Yeah. Apparently, if you go through Goldbelly, which is a nationwide whatever service, they're like $36 a box. Which makes sense because again, it's like buying a 6-pack of beer for $36.
Yeah, right.
But man, I really wish we had just money to throw around like idiots because we sure as hell need some of these to try.
I don't mind a High Life. Like I used to hate that. The first time I had one, I thought I was drinking hot urine.
Yeah, and it is champagne of beers.
But I bought a 12-pack a couple months ago, and I was like, man, I'm actually enjoying these. It's weird how that changes.
Yeah. This is definitely another one of those foods that I would really love to.
I mean, I'm gonna give it one of these.
Shut up and take my money.
Just saying.
That's fair. Oh, I almost clicked. I'm not 21. Jesus. Yeah, apparently, if you go to Tipsy Scoop, it's $36. I'm assuming plus delivery, which God knows how much a delivery is. Probably at least $10.
Probably.
Maybe more because they got to keep them cold.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
I mean, I love this weird gimmick shit.
Yeah, me too.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. I will give him credit on this one. Like, along with it being gimmicky, this isn't just here it's beer ice cream. I appreciate that they were like, we're going to put this and this to invoke this and this.
Yeah, there's a lot of thought behind it.
Yeah, I'll give him credit for that.
All right. But so this could or could not be a Q to W.
All right.
I know we're jumping ahead a little bit, but like, what would your ice cream flavor be?
Oh, man.
For you.
I mean, it's hard not to immediately think of like bourbon.
Right.
But
is it gonna be sticky icky bourbon chicky?
Dude, like really an old fashioned, right?
Oh,
Like either an old fashioned sundae or you could probably do it in an ice cream bar.
For sure.
You know,
Yeah.
just little orange zest on the outside.
Right.
Have a little, maybe like in the ice cream, have just a little like cherry swirl or something in there, you know, to invoke the cherry. And obviously the bitters in the bourbon would probably be the ice cream flavors, you know.
I'm
So
down with that.
yeah, or like I said, do it via sundae instead, so you could literally put the cherry right on top, a little orange peel, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, that's as simple as it would be. That'd probably be, you know, what I would really like. And I'm sure somebody out there has to have done this,
See,
because all those flavors go with ice cream.
oh, for sure. Like I'm thinking if I'm making an ice cream flavor that's like my flavor.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going ice cream flavor. I'm going to go ice cream sandwich. But the sandwich part is chocolate chip cookie. So I guess I'm doing a cookie witch or whatever it's called. Because you know I
Right.
love me a chocolate chip cookie, Brian.
Right.
And then the ice cream itself is going to be like stout beer ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that'll maybe a little dark
Yeah.
chocolate on there, a little dark chocolate action because I'm a bitter bastard.
Yeah.
And,
I can get down on that for
yeah,
sure.
that'll be golden.
Yeah. Yeah. I just typed in old fashioned cocktail ice cream, and there's various recipes of how to make.
I mean, Brian, I have an ice cream machine. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I was actually surprised. I was expecting one of the like the links to be from like makers or something like that, you know.
The dive bar. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Man,
I like that.
might
I have
to pick up
another,
some High Life. I'm not joking.
All right, fair enough.
Mm.
I have another food related thing. This one, I
love
don't know
food.
if
Let's
this
do
is
it.
I don't know if this is a shut up and take my money or not, though. New Doritos ketchup and spicy mustard flavors available now for online purchase.
Okay.
So yeah,
Doritos, you've gone too far.
now it's a bag that's ketchup and a bag that is spicy mustard. Both.
Okay.
It's inspired by Chinese hot mustard, apparently.
I mean, that stuff will clear your nose right out.
Yeah. And yeah, it looks like they're like $5.59 a bag on snacks.com.
I mean, we had
plus
ketchup chips before. I'll try them.
Yeah, these will be Doritos too, so I'm sure they'll be a little different. But yeah, the mustard, I'm not gonna lie. If somebody had the mustard ones, or I saw them in like Kroger, I might grab a bag just for shits.
Right.
You know, just to try them, because it's probably pretty different. But I'm less enthused about these than I am about the dive bars.
Just real quick, because the ketchup and mustard thing just made me think about this. I got a subscription to like whatever, some cooking
Swank.
magazine. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head.
Oh, Swank.
Yeah, Swank. And they have the grocery games article in this, which is like new and cool grocery store stuff, right?
Okay.
So Heinz has a thing. It's called like burger dip. I
Okay.
think that's what it's called. And it's a package. It kind of looks like a hamburger, and you open it up, and one side is Heinz like secret burger sauce, and the other side is crushed up potato chips.
Oh, I see it
So you're
now.
supposed to-
Okay, it's called Heinz Dip and Crunch.
Dip and crunch. There you go. I kind of want to
I'll
try
have a
this.
link. Yeah, secret sauce and potato crunchers.
There you go.
It's interesting.
I know, right?
Yeah, I got it pulled up on Taste of Home here.
Oh, that actually might be the magazine I have.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
They have a regular and a spicy
and
version.
plus I do like the packaging. It looks like a burger. It just makes me laugh.
It says it's available at Walmart and Meijer and in store at Target and Giant. Which I don't think Giant's really around here, but we have the other
Giants
three.
don't exist anymore, Brian. The Asgardians killed them all.
Right. You're right. Wow. Spoiler.
Yeah, right.
Jeez. Interesting.
I've never
Wow.
thought about dunking a burger before, but now I want to.
I have dunked a burger, but it's not something that I would think of ahead of time. You know?
Right.
Interesting. Actually, cool. I might bookmark the link here. They have a thing for like new products, so I might do that so I can keep an eye on
New
those.
product or nude products?
Both.
Okay.
It's interesting though, because like for the sauce, right? Like you can get it. You dip it in the sauce, then in the chips.
Yeah.
You know, and then right into the deep fryer.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Then right into the coffin.
Yeah, right. It's interesting though because like a secret sauce, I would just want on the burger. I just smear it on the bun.
No. You're
So
gonna
that's
dunk
interesting.
that shit in there.
Yes, yeah. Listen, I mean, if you're a company like them, you know, you can't blame them for trying. Also, you know, it's interesting. Like I know you grew up this way too, to where like on a lot of chips or sandwiches, you just put chips right on the sandwich.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't like so many people on like, whatever your lunch meat is, barbecue chips or something like that, right on the sandwich and just boom, and I think that kind of gives you this all in one.
Yeah, that's
thing
what I was
too.
kind of like,
Yeah.
I kind of want to try this.
Interesting.
The old dip and crunch.
Yeah, if I'm going to Kroger tomorrow, so it doesn't say Kroger on here though, so I don't know if they'll have it or not, but I'll have a look.
Yeah, take a look.
If I find some, I'll let you know for sure. Because darn, we'd have to have some burgers.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
How dare you? Whoa! I just got a pop-up ad for fucking fashionable sandals.
Sexy. Right. They're no rugged sharks.
They are not at all rugged sharks.
All right, so I got one last thing here before we get to the QW, and this is video game related. Oh. So have you heard about this game called Stray?
Yes.
Where you Stray Cat?
Yeah, I've seen. Okay. Michelle's played it a little bit.
Okay, I was gonna say it's caught on like gangbusters because, like we were talking about Goat Simulator, people seem to love these kind of games
for sure.
And I'm not knocking them at all because the Stray game is one. I mean, I almost downloaded it.
Fair enough.
I thought about it.
It has a dedicated meow button. That's all I know.
Dude, this next one though, it sucks that it looks like it's only on Steam though, but it's called Squirrel with a Gun, and it's exactly what it sounds like.
Squirrel with a gun, he says. That sounds like the title of one of our shows.
It promises to capitalize on letting us play as a squirrel wielding a deadly weapon. It's what is it? Squirrel with a gun will let us enjoy the everyday life of a squirrel doing typical squirrel things. Like holding up a human at gunpoint and stealing their iPhone. And I'm not gonna lie, much like the was it Crab Fighter or whatever?
Oh yeah, right.
Game that we talked about a while. Which, by the way, for anyone who was interested in that, it's going to be coming out on the Switch.
Nice.
So, and it's like a $20 or $29 title. I forgot which. So go to your local, game store and pre-order it. But yeah, I was like, I really want this to show up on consoles because I really want to play this. Nothing makes me happier than the idea of running around as a squirrel with a gun. I thought running around as a crab with a katana was as far as you could push that for me, but nope, squirrel with a gun took it one step.
Squirrel had an Uzi, so.
Right, yeah, it's not just a pistol. That's my thing with it is I wonder how many different guns you can get. And can you get other things? Like I can't imagine you don't pick up a knife because, then it would be squirrel with a knife, not squirrel.
Yeah, that's a sequel, Squirrel with a Knife.
Right, exactly. So this early footage of the game has shown some of the things you can do. What is it? We've all enjoyed watching them slay a group of men in suits or blindly fire an Uzi throughout the neighborhood. It will be something truly special to finally get a chance to experience it all. So All I can say is hats off to whoever's idea this was.
I mean, Squirrel with a Gun.
Yep.
Yeah, I would play this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Now, the next step for Squirrel with a Gun is Squirrels with Guns.
Oh, for sure.
To where you can have, death matches.
Yeah, definitely.
Or at least some sort of co-op / team-based thing, where you're going around as a group of squirrels and you have objectives or something.
Team-based squirrel shooter.
Right. See how many nuts you can get, whatever. I don't know.
I mean, I just know if the squirrel, that had that raids my shit had a gun, well, I'd have a couple dead dogs probably, so that's not cool.
Right. And, he'd probably have shot you by now.
100%.
Maybe not.
I've charged him a few times.
Oh, well, yeah, for sure then.
I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
I try to feed the
understand.
burbs. He has his own picnic table, for the love of God.
It's true. Instead of acting like a civilized squirrel.
You eat off your table, you savage.
Right. Wait, there's your game. Squirrels with menus?
Yes.
They just go to little
It's gonna
different.
be Squirrel Diner Simulator.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, dude. So the ad box is that famous diner painting where it's like real dark and it's the inside of the diner's lit up. There's a guy sitting at the end of the bar.
Right.
You know, but it's a squirrel with a, you know, like a fedora on or whatever, sitting there enjoying its food.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Squirrel Diner Simulator.
It's ready to go. Now the question is, and I assume, you know, like what you do is it's initially you got to play as Maud or whatever the squirrel's name is that's like, you know, filling cups of coffee, serving pie. Yeah. And but then in like the season pass, you can also have the option of being the customer or, you know, other things so that, you know, you have different experiences in the diner. You know, that way it's not just, you know, from the serving side. Like, and one of them you get to work the kitchen instead of as a server.
Squirrel dishwasher,
you know?
that's gotta suck.
Right. Yeah, no one's real, you know, no one's real happy about that one.
No one's gonna download that DLC pack.
Yeah. That and the public restroom cleaning.
Yeah. Squirrel urinal scrub.
Yeah. Yeah, no one's real happy about those.
Yeah, the toilet scrub mini game. Everyone hates it.
Right. The most popular one is the diner robber.
For sure. Squirrel with a gun. It always goes back to squirrel with a gun.
Yep. Oh, the crossover. I like it. Like it. All right. Anyway, so that's all I got for the week. So let's do our Q the W because we're running a tad long. We're all right.
All right, let's kick it into gear.
All right.
Last week, my notifications all over the place. Jesus Christ! Last week on the QW, we asked you, what would you want to be the first person to do on the moon?
And I worded it terribly and realized it after I already posted it. So,
no one commented on the proper one, but then we shared it, and I got a couple comments on mine. First one's from Old Man Ken Rawson. He says, how about being the first person on the moon to not need to read this question more than once? Which I had to just send him the classic Grandpa Simpson Old Man Yells at Cloud, which he enjoyed. Because that's exactly what he's doing. Just being fucking old. Way to go, Ken.
Like I said, I realized after I posted it that I didn't word it as well as I could have.
Well, I'm sure. I don't know if I assume he follows our podcast. Maybe he doesn't, but you shared it and I shared it, so he saw it twice. He's probably just like, "These fucking kids."
Yeah. So. Oh, I didn't even think about it from that angle. That he may have seen it 3 times in his timeline.
Well, whatever. Suck a dick.
Tough shit. Yeah, it's not like on social media you don't see things multiple times ever. You know. Anyway.
And then Amanda, she says, be the first person to do it. But then what does that make the other person? I'm assuming by it, she means the first UFC fight on the moon. And the second person is the first person to tap out on the moon.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
That's the next, Ultimate Fighter. There it is. I was like,
Ultimate Moon Fighter.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be dope.
But
I'd watch
that.
Sure.
That's what we got on the face page. So let me flip it over here to Instagrams, and we got a big fat goose egg. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Nice.
So yeah, that's all I got on my end, Brian.
That's pretty dope. I've got one from Cheeto here. Sorry, I got distracted by something else.
Shiny nickels?
No, I'll get to it after we're done here. Oh, apparently. Anyway, sorry. So Cheeto says he would want to be the first person on the moon to catch a buzz and stare at the Earth. By buzz, he means Aldrin.
Just tackle. Oh, UFC cage fight.
Yes. Oh, Cheeto versus wait, isn't Buzz Aldrin dead?
Even better. We animated balls.
Balls Aldrin. Balls Day. Yep.
Oh, goddamn balls, Aldrin.
Oh shit.
Fucking balls, Aldrin. Our next hero for space.
Yeah, balls Aldrin. He just puts his balls
Takes
on
a lot
everything.
of balls to go to space. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. The first guy to teabag the moon.
Exactly. God.
Dude, that's the funny part, right? Like, as if somebody was like, you could picture somebody now being the first person on the moon. That would be the move, is to just teabag it like it's a game of Halo.
100%.
Take that, moon. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
shit.
was something.
I didn't even open up the thing for the Q, the W questions. Man, I'm a mess. What are we doing, Tony?
Brian, I don't know anymore. Tell you what, we're
Got
not
to go
doing.
out and water
balls
my plants.
Aldrin.
Oh, yeah, you're right. For sure not doing that. All right. Here we go. 1 through 11.
How about 5?
All right. Sorry, I got this is a tough one. This is a real
Nice,
thinker. Ready? No. I mean, I actually have forgotten about that because we really could have. Ah, nuts. Jeez,
Balls.
I'm fucking messing everything up. All right. What's better, pizza cut in triangles or pizza cut in squares?
Triangles all day.
Okay. Now, by squares, I'm also going to throw in like the rectangles, because if you have Detroit style, it's served in rectangles, not squares. Because square means that all 4 corners have to be the same.
Here's my gimmick.
Anyway.
I'm a crust guy.
Yeah.
You get those weird ones. Everyone eats the outside first, and you have all these middle pieces that you can't. There's no handle.
No, I'm with you, buddy.
Give me plus the pointy triangle in. I could shove in my face that much better.
Yeah, agree.
So triangles for life.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that, because for the exact same reasons too. Because it's really annoying when you go to a place. I mean, I don't mean to throw anybody under the bus, but Mancino's up here. I like their pizza, but if you go with multiple people, you're right. Everybody eats that outside edge, and then you just got that middle. And I'm like,
becomes no man's land.
Man, no. What you need is to have some savages with you that are knife and fork pizza people, and just be like, those pieces are yours. Don't even touch the outside.
So.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I like to take, like, if it's a big triangle, I like to fold that bitch in half. What am I gonna do with this little postage stamp sized post-it fucking square with like one pepperoni? What are we doing here?
Right.
What is this, an hors d'oeuvre? Get out of here.
Much like you and enjoying crust, that's one of the things I do like about the Detroit style, but you still want the corners.
Yeah, exactly. Corners go first.
Because you get 2 sides with that buttery crust, crispy edge from the pan. But still, each piece at least has some of that aspect to it. So, rectangle is still, like a Detroit style rectangle is still, better than the other weird cut pizza. I don't.
If someone
understand
says they prefer a square cut, I'm assuming they're probably a robot or an alien, and they don't know how to human properly.
Just gonna square cut them right across the throat.
Exactly.
But like, no, yeah. It's interesting. Like, I originally saw that question on Reddit, and people were like arguing about it because people, well, I don't like I'm not a real crust person. I never eat it. And I'm like, then you're a savage and you don't deserve pizza.
Exactly. Go have a salad.
Also,
then,
a lot of places, right? Also, a lot of places, like, if the crust is like good and chewy and all that kind of stuff, like sometimes I'm like, give me a little sauce.
Yeah,
I'll, dip it in the,
do a little dunk action.
Like we talked last week about Papa John's. That's like half the fun of their pizza is like ripping, eating everything but the crust and then dunking that crust in the garlic butter.
I'm not going to lie. Stubborn Brothers has probably some of the best crusts I've had in a while. Like, the crust just has good flavor to it. It's got a good chew.
Yes.
It's very flavorful. It's delicious. I've had some crusts that you just might as well eat cardboard. It's just trash.
Yeah.
But I'll still eat it.
Yeah. I agree. Completely agree,
Yeah,
my friend.
so-
Yeah, I figured we would probably both be on
Team
triangle
all day.
here. Like I said, to me, it goes triangle, rectangle,
Yeah.
square. If you're,
Whole
you know, if
pizza.
you're ranking them, because like I said, I'm you know, I had somebody ask me the other day where I kind of rank Detroit style pizza, and I'm like, I really like Detroit style, but I'm like you, I'm more like, give me more New York
Yeah.
style. I want to be able to maybe fold
Yeah,
it and just
I want
cram
a
it in my
big dumb
face.
slice that if I have to, I can jump off a roof and glide to safety.
Right, you for sure can't do that with a Detroit style because one piece pretty much is like a brick in your
For
stomach.
sure.
So, I mean, not quite. It's not like getting a Chicago deep dish or something.
Pizza soup.
But, you know,
Yeah, you're right.
because it, you know, but Detroit style does, you know, it hits a little different. It's heavier for sure.
Well, yeah,
So,
but I mean, you know what you're getting yourself into.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I could go for a Detroit style one right now.
Yeah, it does sound pretty good. It's been a minute since I had Detroit style pizza.
Yeah,
The
that's what I was
last time
just like.
I had one was when we did the Little Caesars Detroit taste test.
Oh yeah, right. And that was not
okay,
the best
but it
Detroit.
wasn't great.
Yeah. I actually had completely forgotten about that.
Maybe I need to find a place in Detroit and go get some pizza.
Right. You know, it's funny. What I got distracted by was on comicbook.com. They have a thing that you know, like I like Neil deGrasse Tyson and everything, but you know, he does have this habit of basically doing the well actually, you know.
Yeah, he certainly does, Brian.
Right. And I just saw something and it said like Neil deGrasse Tyson and bat signal. I'm like, oh boy, now what's he doing? And even though this is a true thing, it's like he pointed out in a tweet, he said, just occurred to me the famous bat signal that summons Batman's crime fighting skills works only on cloudy nights and never in the daytime. Seems to me a bat emoji sent to Bruce Wayne's smartphone or even an old fashioned beeper would improve on this. I mean, he's not wrong, but it's not as dramatic and cool.
Here's the one thing that Neil deGrasse Tyson doesn't understand of his fucking science brain is it's always cloudy in Gotham. It's Gotham.
It's true. It pretty much is. And it's always night there.
Yeah, it doesn't ever become daytime because it's Gotham.
That's why it's uniquely, you know, it only works there. In Metropolis, he'd be bumming,
it's always like sunshiny in Metropolis.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so yeah, like I said, he's not wrong. You would need something for it to reflect off of, but it's, you know, kind of like you're just not supposed to think about that stuff, Neil. You're supposed to just enjoy it.
Fucking let go of reality or whatever.
Even though he's right, you know. Still.
I got an idea, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Shut the fuck up. Leave my Batman alone.
Boy, good thing Tate's not on here anymore. We might have a fight on our hands.
Right now, we're probably like the hairs on her arms probably just stood up.
Yeah. Judgment face commencing. Meanwhile, wherever she is, the judgment face signal went up.
Exactly. Someone talking shit about my boy, NGT? Or wait. Yep. No, it's not G. NDT, which kind of sounds like a drug.
NDGT.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway. Yeah. So, all right. So, there you go. That's all the things this week, I guess. Or all the things we've seen, talked about, interested in, whatever.
I think that's good.
So, head on over to saltylanguage.com, click all the links, check out the past episodes, including the enthusiast episode with Ryan Brown.
Yeah, it was a good time.
And yeah, it was. And learn about comics and just us being idiots together and that kind of stuff. Good time. And yeah, what am I forgetting? Jeez, I feel like I was just taking a giant leap from there. Yeah, just going right to social media. Oh, while you're on there, if you want to find,
God damn, Brian, you all right? You're gonna make it. We're gonna get through this.
All right. Jeez, you can also find the link to the network that we're part of. Oh man, it's really low. It's really low.
It's loud as fuck in my ears.
I can't even hear it.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Hold on. All right. Take two, everybody. Take two.
but it's still really
Really?
low. Yeah, we're gonna for sure have to test that each week before
Man,
we
it's
record.
so loud on my end. Well, that's a little
That's
shout
crazy.
out. Diamond Dev suggests a little Mr. Tangenteers for
Right. Yep. So for Tangent Bound Network, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com, it's low enough I can talk over it, and it's not
it's so
distracting
loud
me.
in my ears.
That's wild. I don't know why that is. Usually it doesn't seem to work that way. Usually it's pretty even
That's
for
what the
both
first
of
time
us.
I played, I'm like, that's so loud. I got to edit this down a little bit.
We'll for sure have to check it before the show and each time or whatever.
Crying
Anyway,
Tangenteers.
if you want to reach out to us on social media, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stunami.
You can find me on Instagram at The Monotony.
You can find the show on Twitter at Tiny.
Oh my
Jesus,
God.
I am fucking best, dude. God. Oh.
Do it live.
I'm just gonna cry. I'm just gonna cry. All right. You can find us on the show on Twitter at salty_language. I need to just stop.
Disqualified.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're getting a new host now. I'm done. That's it. We hit 11 years. I think that's my contract. Yeah.
You're so McClunky.
Seriously.
All right, so I'm gonna be at The Monotony on Instagram. You can find the show on YouTube at Salty Language Pod, and give us a like. Say hi in the comments, because apparently comments like fuck up the algorithm, pushes more. So comment some shit on there. We're also on Patreon/Salty Language for some good times. We're gonna be doing some Green Lantern reviews and crispy pepperonis and some Simply Spiked stuff.
And that's a whole lot of
stuff.
stuff.
Bunch of stuff. Salty Language is also on TikTok. Check us out on the TikTokies at Salty Language.
Yep.
I am also on Twitch. We're all over the place. I feel like this whole plug segment should be executed.
Right.
You can find me at twitch.tv/allthebeerspod for random beer stuff coming up, and for a nice 5-minute and 46-second car mechanic simulator segment that I did yesterday till my computer decided to fuck me in the mouth, basically.
The link for Tony's Twitch is also in the show notes, and I post it like once a week on our Twitter feed. If you're
and check out Brian's other gimmick, The Crazy Life.
Yeah, where this last week we talked about how to have a good day after a shitty night of sleep, which is funny given that you just did that, and last night, like I told you, I didn't fall asleep till 2:00 this afternoon. I didn't even talk about that on here, but
good times. We were
so yeah.
Do you think, Brian? Maybe we were. Still low?
No, I don't. Yeah, it's still low.
I think I just blew up my eardrum trying to turn it up.
That is so wild that it's so loud on your end and I'm barely hearing it. Maybe it's just part of the stroke.
Yeah, maybe our audience is like, it's so loud.
Everyone listening is just your ears are bleeding.
Like, stop playing the sound effect.
And I'm like, did you hit the button yet? Shit. Yeah. All right.
Well, that was the plug segment from hell.
It was something for sure. You know, every time we shit the bed like that, I always remember when we had the pre-recorded plug segment, I would just drop in. And then I'm like, nah, it's better this way.
I mean, it is, because sometimes we really shit the bed.
Yeah, also, you know, it's interesting because I still wonder. All right, Cheeto said it's still low, so it's not just me.
I don't even understand, guys.
I don't know.
It's so loud in my ears.
Apparently, you're going to have to take off your headset and just crank it to like 90.
I mean, you know what I honestly legit need to do is just find a new method to add sound effects that isn't with this, 1993 Nook or whatever I'm using.
Cutting edge technology.
God, it's the worst.
Yeah. All right. So until next week, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Oh shit, I got pulled. Did you have your?
No. Go ahead and pull it up though, because.
Okay. Stay salty, everybody. And.
All right. So. Go ahead.
I'm trying.
So I'm cracking into this fortune cookie I have that I got the other day from Panda
Does
Express.
it have a fortune in it?
And it does not.
What? What sort of
There is
rip
no
off shit
fortune
is this?
That's why I'm laughing, because it's like I cracked into it, and it's just perfect given how the rest of the show is going for me. That of course the first time that you're like, and then I'm like, hey man, I got the fortune cookie covered for this show. Yeah, there's
That's
nothing.
hilarious. Well, Cheeto just said my electronics are turning on me. It's become maximum overdrive.
I think he worded that wrong. I think it was supposed to be Tony's electronics are turning him on.
It's no breakfast.
No, yeah.
So your fortune. Stay salty, everybody. And ambition is the incentive that makes purpose great and achievement greater. That's so
I don't
lame.
like this one at all.
Whiff your dick out, I guess.
I wouldn't even hang dong on this one. I'd put it back in my pants.
Hold on. Let me take my headphones off real quick. Let me turn this guy up.
All right. I think a lot of it. Oh, you can't hear me.
That was so loud, even with my headphones off.
I think part of it is that it's kind of a light drop as far as like the vocals. There's not a lot of bass in it, so it doesn't land real loud. So I don't know. Cannot believe this fucking fortune cookie. What are they telling me? I have no fortune.
That was low. That was low in my ears. This soundboard's a piece of shit. We got to end the show. I'm already start taking the hammers of things.
Oh, well. Actually, if you're going to do that, I feel like we should continue or switch over to Twitch.
Not really. Check it out. All the beer's tied. Fucking Tony loses his fucking mind.
That's just Tony loses his shit. It's just you smashing everything with a hammer. All right, Cheeto says it was
that one I
low.
knew was low. I played it and I was like, wow, that was low in my ears. Unless I'm deaf now, I don't know.
It would be really funny if that's like the gimmick now. Is every time you play it, I'm like,
that was super
really
low, bro.
Like I just no sell it, no matter how loud you make it.
Man, that's crazy to me.
And I turn it down, in the mix, so that if you listen to it, you're like, he's right, that is really low. Meanwhile,
understand.
Shit.
Let's get
All
the
right.
fuck out of here.
Well, we will hopefully talk to everyone next week. Thanks for listening for however long you have. It's been something.